First of all, I would like to introduce to all our loan officers. Please stand up so everybody knows who you are. Thank you so much. And we promote, branch managers, of course, because we want to grow very big in the United States. So we already serving, seven to eight states. I think Christopher can maybe correct me. We are eight. Okay, so we serve eight states: California, Oregon, Arizona, Texas, Florida, Virginia, and Washington State, and I missed one, Nevada. So guys, if you're interested and you know someone over there who are interested in opening a business over there, a branch, let us know. Contact our president here is Christopher Lopez, and our CEO that she's, I think, video everything right now, Jessie Ojoa. So thank you very much, everyone. And this is what is going to happen. First of all, we're going to have 4 breakout sessions. And each breakout session has a panelist and the moderators. And after we finish all the 4 breakout sessions, we're going to have a networking again and have some appetizers that I think are delicious. Very nice charcuterie board and also sandwiches. And please just put your business card because we have a very good raffle for today. So for no further ado, let me introduce the first speaker. Christian Fuentes is a co-owned RE/MAX Porto producer in Diamond Bar, California, and realtor in Chino Hills, California. He's a 20-year real estate industry veteran. Christian has built solid foundations of clients through his hard work and dedication to customer service. Christian not only works with standard residential buyers and sellers, but also takes pride in working with investors. Christian has long record of successfully guiding local investors with residential acquisition, lease obligations, and asset disposition. In the first 8 years, Christian has rehabbed and flipped over 300 properties. Wow. Christian's hard working and determination over the past 20 years has paid off in a big way, placing him in the RE/MAX Diamond Club 2012 to 2017. Christian's team averaged 140 sales per year for the last 5 years. As the team leader for the award-winning Dream Team, Christian Realtor at Chino Hills has been ranked in the top 10 among RE/MAX teams in California and Hawaii from 2012 to 2019. Not only he is a successful business owner, but also in his personal life. Christian shared his life with his best friend, Janet Fuentes, who is here. And they have 2 beautiful children together that we saw them growing so much. They own 3 RE/MAX top producers offices located in Diamond Bar, Brea, and Chino Hills. He's saying in the office that success is contagious, and he wants their success to be viral. So let's welcome Christian Fuentes.
It's funny because that is old.
Yeah, what is now?
So that's like, I'm like going, wait, those are like old numbers. And I'm actually 27 years in the business. And you said 20, so that's 7 years old that you got that from. I'm not sure where you got that from.
That was your wife. You told me check the bio.
It's funny how you delegate, right? All the failures. No, kidding. You're gonna sleep on the couch too. Now I'm gonna be in the couch tonight. Great. You guys hear me okay? You guys hear me good? All right, guys. So listen, well, thank you. First of all, I just want to say thank you to Sonia and iCore Lending for having me over. Let's give them a round of applause for having this awesome event. Mike's not on?
Yeah.
Hello, testing. You guys can hear me in the back, right? You guys hear me in the back?
Maybe not. Could you just put the volume more in the...
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's where you...
Testing. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check maybe 1 2 1 2. You guys hear me, right? You guys hear me in the back? All right, good. Okay, I think you need to clean your ears, bro. Wait, I know it's the hair, dude. You gotta get a haircut. Anybody could help him do a ponytail? I think you can hear me if you do that. Listen, guys, how's everybody doing this morning? Great. That's so weak, guys. No energy. What's going on here? I thought we were coming here to to get pumped for 2024, to get excited to make 2024 your best year ever. So let's do it one more time. How's everybody doing this morning? All right, this is better, guys. So, well, first off, thank you again for having me over. I'll give you a updated version of who I am, Christian Fuentes. Yes, we're in a Remax Top Producers. Been in business for now 13 years. We also own Legacy First Escrow. By the way, my wife is my partner with the company. Yes, gotta give her credit. We have flipped over 400 houses now. Great. So 12 years ago, we started flipping houses. So we are investors. And, you know, I remember we started back in 2011. 4 agents, right? 4 agents. 30 years later, we're now over 350 agents and growing. And we are one of the biggest Remax offices in Southern California in our local area. So thank you, guys. You know, Sonia wanted me to just open it up today and share some things. So just want to share with you guys today, you know, our journey growing our office hasn't been easy. You guys know, through any success, there's a lot of failures. It's almost where I want to tell you that for you to succeed, you have to embrace failure. Okay, failure is just part of our business every single day, right? We go out there and we fail. Guess what? You gotta wake up the next morning and do it again, right? And what's gonna happen? You're gonna fail, and again you go out, and then you fail again, right? And then suddenly you get a win. Okay. The difference is some people fail, and they stop or they quit. Okay. I was talking to Vinny. Over 100,000 agents quit last year. Okay. 50,000 agents, 50% of all realtors nationwide sold only one house. Average, okay? So through the years, I learned that in order to survive and thrive through any market, you just gotta have a solid foundation. It's very important. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about a solid foundation. There was a shift, right? That happened. When did it start? Actually, no.
2 years ago.
2022, right? Remember? Yeah. We were like all buying Mercedes and cars and houses and all the nice toys, right? And then the nice stuff. And then suddenly, I mean, you guys remember it was happening 2022. I think right about June, July, right? Suddenly rates started to go up. We were spoiled, low rates, right? Everybody making money. Suddenly there's a shift, right? And then the market started shaking. And next thing you know, 2022 ends and low inventory rates. I think, who remembers December 2022? Where were the rates at? Where are my lenders at?
6.5.
6.5, almost 7, right? People are crying. Oh my God, 7%, right? We hit 8% last year. Nobody thought that was going to happen, right? So in any market shift, guys, we're going to get shifted. 2023, I heard this last week. Worst year we had in real estate in the last 13 years.
Wow.
You guys are probably going, oh my God, Christian came to depress us here or what? Right?
We're the winners, so that's it.
Yes. Congratulations, you made it, celebrate! No, but listen, guys, look, I'm here to talk to you about the truth. You guys want to hear the truth?
Yes.
I'm not here, first of all, I'm not here to motivate you. I'm just here to talk facts and to tell you what I'm doing to share with you guys. Last year, 2023, worst market we had in 13 years. Low inventory. Lowest inventory we had in, well, maybe it's saying 13 years. Lowest inventory we had since 2010, I believe, or 2009. Yeah. Highest rates in 23 years. Is that true?
Yes.
Have we seen 8% in 23 years? Right? Business down 30, 40, 50% across the board. Lending maybe 70%.
Yeah.
True, right? A lot of people going out of business. A lot of people going out of business. Realtors quitting, lenders out of business. It happened, guys. Again, we were all shaken. Wait, who's happy that 2023 is gone? Let me see some hands, right? Good, right? Okay, that's in the past. Okay, so let's go to the positive. Now we're in 2024. If you think about it, today's January 18th. Just started the year, guys. Second week. If anything, you guys know, first week was what? People were still hibernating the first week, right? Because it happened that Monday was the new year, and then everybody took the week off. I did too. It's fine. So let's be honest. It all started January 8th. That was the first day we went back to work, right? Myself, I did. Some of you guys did the same thing. So you can say that the year just started, but I tell you guys, it's looking good. Okay, the future looks good. There's a light in the horizon. They're saying rates are going to come down. There's a bunch of lenders here. How many times are they going to come down? Let's talk about that.
4 times, not this year, but in the course of 2 years.
So, but not this year, because I'm hearing 3 to 6 times this year. Is that
6 times this year,
Yeah.
Federal Reserve stated
Okay.
already.
Yeah.
so? Where do you guys possibly see rates going down to? Lowest. I mean, even I'm not gonna put you on video. I'm blast you because you're wrong, right?
It's already right now, like at 585 in FHA, so has to be lower than that.
No, conventional.
So fives maybe? We hit fives? I mean, right now, where are we at? I'm hearing it's 5.5 to 6.25.
For the FHA,
Yes.
and conventional is going to be 690, 6 something, 690 right now conventional?
Wow.
I mean, am I in the
I don't
room
know
of
why it's
lenders
one
or
point.
nobody's talking?
I know.
Or is Sonia the only lender here?
I know the lender.
No, it's actually, yes, it's 7% right now, conventional, no points, okay? That's for at national averages.
Okay.
Of course, look for any one of us, to get you better rates. Anyway.
All right, there you go. There's the pitch, right?
Just have to throw that in.
But listen, guys, we were honestly 2 months ago, 3 months ago, we're at 8%. That's a win.
Yeah,
It's looking good, right?
it's looking good.
I tell you, as rates come down, there's going to be more inventory, more people want to get back in. Buyers are coming back in now because they're hearing the good news. And for us, guys, this is what I want to share with you guys. Our goal is to make 2024 our best year ever, right? Anybody want that? Who wants 2024 to be their best year ever?
Ah, yes.
Some people are not raising their hands, and I'm a little concerned because if you don't want to do better than any year, there's a problem. So let me ask again: who wants 2024 to be your best year ever? All right, so everybody should be raising their hands. And
We're very good trainers.
and listen, guys, that's why we're here today. ICOR, Sonia put this event together to help you guys. Hopefully, and that's my message to you. If you're writing this down, just write down a goal. 2024, best year ever. Okay, you're here for that reason. You're gonna hear from me, some amazing professionals. They're all here just to share what they're doing for them to be successful, what they did to have a great 2023, and what they're trying or actually doing in 2024 to crush it this year, right? So hopefully you came to learn, to write notes. We're gonna collaborate. We're gonna be sharing, and that's how you grow, guys. Like Sonia said, one of my sayings is success is contagious. You surround yourself with great people, successful people, positive people, with good energy. Guaranteed, it's contagious, right? You are an average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So if you're around a bunch of negative losers, guess who you're gonna be?
A loser.
You're number 5 loser, right of the group. Okay, so you gotta be careful who you surround yourself with. That circle is extremely important for you to succeed 2024. Now look, I'm going to share this. This is my share today, okay? What has helped me through all these years, including back in 2007-8, right? Lost it all. I was a mess, right? But this is what has helped me now be able to build what we have now and to continue to keep building so that I can do better, my wife and I, in our businesses. There's something that I call the 5 pillars to build a solid foundation. I'll share those with you because to me that's the most important part of how you can succeed in business or in anything, right? Number 1. And by the way, I'm going to share this 5 pillars, but I'm going to tell you this. When I say them, you're going to say, well, that's so simple, but it's hard to do. It is so simple. Like you're going to be like, because people ask me like, Christian, how do I succeed in real estate, or how do I build my business? And I'll share some of this stuff, and they go, wait, that's not what I wanted to hear. Like, you mean like the real stuff? I go, that's the real stuff. Because if you do this, then you're gonna have this, right? And you want me to tell you to go door knock or go prospect or go to work, which you should. But if you have these things not right, if you're not working on these things, 5 things I'm gonna give you every single day, you're not going to build a business. Okay. So the 5 pillars are the following. Number 1, put God first. Let me hear an amen. Amen. Right? Faith, God. Gotta work on it every single day. Especially in those days that, man, we get beat up and we want to quit. Right? Gotta put some faith out there. Two, family. Our wife, right? Question, is anybody, if I said, is your wife your family, raise your hand. I think hopefully all of you guys, right? Because that's our why. Like what do we do this every day? Every day we wake up and we go and we suffer and we cry and we go through so many struggles and we get beat up, right? And we do it for our family, we do it for my wife, my kids, right? That's our priority. Make sure you do that. God first, then your family. Prioritize. Okay. 3 is health. So important. Gotta work on your health. You gotta look good, feel good. I was talking to Lisa. Man, she is in an amazing shape. She is going to do, there she is right there. Let's give Lisa a little round of applause, man, because this lady, I know her since I got into business. I think I was an assistant 27 years ago when I met her. Remember?
Yeah.
Back in those days, I was 21 years old. I just got into business and I met Lisa back then, and she looks the same. She looks amazing. And she's doing a bodybuilding competition.
Wow.
Right?
We have to go and watch her.
Yeah.
We want to support her.
And I hope you guys do support her and watch her and pump her up. But look, she's putting health as a priority. Why aren't you? Okay? You gotta be healthy. You gotta take care of your body. Your body is your temple. Exercise. Go for a walk. Run. Maybe your goal this year is to lose some weight. Write it down. Think about it every day and do something about it. Take action. Break addictions, right? These are all the things that hold us back. So look, God first, family, health. Those are the 3 most important in that order. And then guess what? Your business starts to grow. So then you start making more money. Business comes to you, right? Because you're feeling good. You're looking good too, right? I mean, when you look good, you feel good, right? Guarantee you, anybody here loses 20 pounds, are you gonna look better?
Yeah.
Are you gonna feel better?
Yes.
Are you gonna be sexier?
Yes.
People wanna work with sexy people. Write that down. People wanna work with sexy people, so get sexier, all right? I'm telling you, some people ask me questions like, dude, how do I make more money? I say, well, get in better shape. And they go, what does it have to do with anything? It has everything to do with everything. Because the way you do something is the way you do everything.
Yeah, that's good.
The way you do something is the way you do everything. So work on your health every day, guys, and then your business grows. Now in business, that's number 4 pillar. I didn't put it first. I'm putting it 4th because you focus on the first 3, and then in your business, then you work on you as a leader, as a business owner. You become the CEO of your own company because last time I checked, you guys are all independent contractors, right?
Yes.
This is your own business, your own commission. So you have to become the CEO, show up to work every day, treat it like a job. But some people treat it like hobbies. And guess what? Those people are out of business already. So if you don't want to be out of business this year, you got to treat it like a real job and show up every single day. You can make as much money as you want. You have to commit. You have to take it serious. You have to go to work. You have to get beat up every day. You have to go through some failures. And you have to go and wake up the next day and do it over again, right? And do it again and do it again. That's just our job, right? But you're in control of that. And then last, guys, is your financials. That's the 5th pillar, the financials. As you start making more money, what happens is, first, maybe you start paying some debt. Feels good, right, to pay debt? Nobody wants that. That's like weight on your shoulders. And then suddenly now you start saving money. Awesome. Your business is running. The first 3 pillars are what you're working on them daily. Then you start making more money. You're paying the debt. You pay it off. Now you got some extra money. You got some savings in the back, right? Money, 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 money. Then you go buy a Rolex, right?
No.
No, you don't buy a Rolex yet. You wait, okay? So then you wait, and then you start investing. What's the first investment?
And real estate. Real estate. You're pretty good at real estate, but maybe your house or maybe some units.
First investment is you.
Oh, you.
You
Okay.
invest in you. Best return you can ever get on money is investing your money in you. How do you invest in you? You get coaches. You educate yourself, right? You spend money on you. I have coaches right now. I have 3 coaches. A fitness coach or trainer. I have a investment coach. I have a coach for our company. Okay, costs money, but get a huge return when you invest in yourself. And then, of course, then you start investing into real estate or stocks or 401ks. And of course, you're investing for your retirement. You build a legacy, right? But again, you got to work on all those pillars so you can achieve that, guys. Very, very important. Now you're asking yourself, well, how do I do this, right? How do I do this? Like, what's the secret? There's no secret. But I'm gonna tell you what I do every morning, okay? And I'm gonna share this with all you guys. You guys are all welcome to be part of this call that I do every morning. But my morning routine. So if you're saying, well, how do I do this, Christian? Simple. Write this down. Have a powerful morning routine. That's where it starts, guys. It's as simple as that. And you're gonna say, well, is that simple? Yes, but it's hard to do. Everything I'm sharing is simple, but it's hard to do, right? It's like if you say, well, I want to lose weight. Simple, stop eating. It's hard to do, right? Okay, maybe not stop eating, just stop eating crap. It's hard to do, right? Temptation. But anybody can lose weight. You gotta watch what you do. 80% is diet. This I will tell you, right? 80% is diet, and then it's exercise and cardio, right? Okay, 7 things I do to have a powerful morning routine, and then I'm done after this, guys. Number 1, wake up early. You need time. Because most people tell me, Christian, I don't have time. I don't have time. Do this. I don't have time. First question I ask after that, what time do you wake up? Average answer, I'm not asking, don't share with me because I know already. Average response, between 7 and 8 a.m. Dude, I'm already having lunch by then. Right? Not kidding, but I'm saying that's pretty late, guys. You need time to do this, okay? So wake up early. I'm up at 4:30 and actually run a 5:15 accountability call that if anybody wants to join it, hit me up on social media and you can join. I got about 50 people joining every morning. And this is what we do, right? Sandra's part of it. How's the call?
Oh, it's amazing. Powerful.
How's that help you?
Shifted, even though I've always been very aware of what I do. I'm intentional. Every second.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So thank you, Sandra. So look, this is the 7 things you do. 1, wake up early. 2, pray or meditate. So you want to work on your faith. 3, exercise. Right? It's part of your morning routine. Go exercise. Go run. Go walk. Do something. Move your body, right? 4, go over things you're thankful for. So you can practice gratitude. We do that during the call. So the call is only 15 minutes. I open it up. I share what we do. And for 10 minutes, it's just quiet time. Because I want everybody to go over their goals, which is the next, the next one is 5, review your goals. Because you want to do that every day. Number 1, most people don't have goals. Or if you have goals, they're very fuzzy, foggy, like, right? Like, what's your goal for 2024? I want to make more money. Yeah, so, okay, so, but what's the goal? I don't know, I just want to make more money. Well, dude, like, what's the goal? Like, how much money you want to make? Oh, I don't know, I don't want to think about it. Well, then you're not going to hit the goal, right? You have to be clear. What's your goal for 2024? I want to lose weight. Okay, how much weight do you want to lose? I don't know. Dude, have a goal. Like, where's your weight now? What's your ideal weight? Okay, that's 20 pounds, right? Write it down. So it's about being clear with your goals. And this is a real stat, guys. And it's powerful. Sandra knows this because this is what we do during the call. We go over things we're thankful for, and then we review our goals. Only 3% of people actually write down their goals. 3%. You wonder why 80% of people are broke, right? And you wonder why only the 1% makes over $1 million. 3% of people actually write down on paper, okay, their goals. It's really important. So if you can get something from today, think of what you want, dream, and then write it down. These are my goals for 2024. You should have your 10-year goals to start with. The 10-year goals are the big, juicy goals, right? Those exciting goals. You know, we're having a call with our coach yesterday, and, you know, we're building some things, and he said something, I don't know if you remember, from with Kent. He goes, guys, you guys are, this is just the beginning of huge things that are going to happen in the next 10 years. And I was like, oh shit, we're doing pretty good right now. I'm just thinking, man, how amazing is going to be in 10 years, right? Most people are thinking 10 years from now, I'm on going downhill. That's a reality. Most people are thinking 10 years from now, I'm not gonna look good. I'm not gonna make money. I might be underground. Hopefully that's not you, right? But you don't have to think that way. Why not in 10 years be in your best shape ever? Look at Lisa, man. She is in her best shape, I would say, maybe ever.
I don't know what
And I don't want to ask her how old she is.
She's working.
But look,
So,
I'm 48. I want to be 50 and fit. You know how many guys my age or younger? Bro, I'm going to turn 40. You know how it is. Going to turn 40. You know, downhill from there. I'm like, yeah, for you, it's true. Not for me. 40 is the new 20s and 50 is the new 30s.
and 60s and new 40s.
And 50 is the new 40s, right? Lisa, do you want me asking how old you are?
Wow.
57. And this girl is in shape, best shape ever. Would you say best shape ever?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, definitely the best shape ever, because when I was young, I've always been thin and stuff, but then once I reached 40, things do change. And now it's like, it's amazing how the best shape I'm in, but it's the way I feel. And I think it's like, I just want to say, like, when you're talking about, food and all that, but I think it's in the right community. Because me and Irma, we really go to this great gym, and I think sometimes it's all about community, like who you're with and who you surround yourself around, like you were saying earlier, and I think that's important. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Lisa. And I'll finish, guys. I think I went a little over time, so I apologize, Sonia. But look, guys, I'll leave it with this. Only 1% of people actually review their goals daily. So you have to do that every single day. And then the next is 30 minutes of self-development daily for business development. And then last but not least is plan your day and plan your week. Do that every morning. I can guarantee you're going to see big changes. It takes time. Doesn't happen from one day to the other. But give it a month, give it 90 days, give it 6 months, give it a year, and you're going to have some life-changing experiences. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. If you guys, for any reason you want to reach out to me, go to my Instagram, Christian Fuentes RTP, send me a message, and I can give you access to the 515 call. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God, such a great information. You know, something they see in our business in the real estate industry, that everybody who follow their dreams and they are consistent, they make it. And you are one of those couples. Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing, Christian, all your secrets, and I really write down my notes. So,
Thank you.
yeah. So the next is Kinoki speaker that we got. No, I'm sorry. The next breakout session is going to be with Janet Avejan as a moderator, and the panel is going to be Lisa Lombardi and Debbie Garcia. Let me introduce our moderator. With over 12 years of experience in the real estate industry. Exactly. So, you know what? Let me tell you, all those people need to refresh their social media, refresh their social media, guys, because I just read for your social media.
Exactly.
Jennifer Avejan is a highly skilled professional dedicated to helping individuals and families build wealth through real estate investments. Ranking in the top 8% of the realtors nationwide, it went 8 or 4 or 3 now. I don't know, I'm asking. 8%. Jennifer and her team have successfully closed near 700 transactions,
That's right.
showcasing 800 already. Wow.
Okay.
700 is a very good number, showcasing their experience and commitment to client success. As the team leader of the Avejan Group at Keller Williams Sala, Jennifer is known for her exceptional leadership, skills, and commitment to fostering and collaborative and inclusive work with environment. Her support and mentorship of diverse teams have made her a trailblazer in the region. Jennifer's contribution to the real estate industry extends beyond her professional responsibilities. She has held leadership and advocacy roles at the county, state, and national levels, demonstrating her passion for the industry and her dedication to serving her clients and the community. When working with Jennifer and the Avejan Group, you can expect a wealth of knowledge and strong work ethics and a commitment to excellence. Whether you are buying or selling a property, Jennifer and her team will provide the guidance and support you need to achieve your real estate goals. Let's welcome Jennifer Avejan.
Thank you.
Y de paso es vecina porque es ecuatoriana.
Awesome.
Mi amor, tu micrófono. No, yo le doy otro. I can use that one.
Oh, you want mine?
Yeah, I can use it.
It's no, más con por otro.
Oh,
as
that's
a
okay.
moderator. I think so. Okay, let me introduce, pardon, Lisa Lombardi. Can you come to the? Lisa Lombardi, please, and also David Garcia.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thirsty Thursday, right? First of all, I want to say thank you to iCore Lending for hosting this amazing event, especially to my paisana, Sonia, for making the time to get everybody together. I mean, it's not something that happens overnight, so they put a lot of time and effort. So thank you, iCore Lending, and thank you, Sonia, for putting it together. I also want to thank our audience for coming today. A lot of us could have gone down to San Diego. There's a good event that's happening over there. So thank you for making the time to be here today, for your participation. And also wanted to say, damn, our industry has a good looking group of real estate professionals. You guys are looking sharp today. Que guapos, que chulas. Excuse me. So I wanted to welcome, we have two amazing guests here today. Two trailblazers in the title industry. We have Lisa Lombardi with Chicago Title. We have David Garcia with WFG Title. So David and Lisa, tell us how long you've been in the industry and why Chicago and why WFG Title.
Okay, I'll go first. I've been in the industry for a little over 25 years. I'm so loud anyways. I've been in the industry over, I don't know, about 25 years, if not more. Why title, right? Why title? Why not title? It's a great business, and I'm sure you agree. I mean, we love working. I know that I do. I love working with all different types of personalities like you guys do. And I feel like my job is always so different. You know, there's always something that I'm doing, answering different questions. I'm always learning something. And I think the most thing that about title, why I love it so much is I love being like entertaining. You know, back in the day when title reps, I don't know if you were, because I'm a lot older, but we used to have suites and going to the basketball games.
I miss those games.
And it was a lot of fun. And you really got to build those relationships and bond, and you got to have a lot of fun. And to see so many people like you guys, when I knew you guys, when you guys were very, very young. And it's nice to see new agents when they start the business and how successful they become. And it's nice to see that and see the growth. And I think that's mostly why I love title and why Chicago. Okay, and why Chicago? Well, you know, I think it all depends on everybody, but for me, I was with First American for 14 years, and I went to Chicago because of leadership. I had to change because of leadership, and the person that I have now, he used to work for the same company, and sometimes you follow the people that you admire and that you respect. And Chicago, we're nationwide. We can do any transaction anywhere. And we're a Fortune 500 company, and F&F Financial owns us. And I feel like we have a good backing.
Everyone, let's have a round of applause for Lisa Lombardi. Thank you, Lisa. All right, David.
Yeah.
Tell us how long you've been in the industry and why WFG Title.
Yeah, so again, my name is David. I work with WFG Title. I've been in the industry about 6 years. I had a great opportunity. Most of you guys know my brother, Carlos Garcia. He gave me this great opportunity to get into business, and he said, "You want to come work with me one day?" I was like, sure. I had no idea what he did, actually. Anytime I did a ride along with him, I felt like he was talking a different language. But over the years, I appreciate this business. Yeah, I really appreciate this business and the opportunities it presents, no matter what you do, whether it's insurance, real estate, escrow, title. And why WFG Title? Why I like WFG Title is we all know there's issues in transactions, right? And unfortunately, sometimes you can't close a transaction a certain way. But with us and our underwriting team, we like to give options. If you can't close in option A, we like to at least give you B, C, and D. And which one's going to be the fastest and easiest thing for your client to accomplish. And that's why I really appreciate WFG and, you know, their underwriting stuff.
Awesome. Let's have a round of applause for David Garcia with WFG Title. So we all know how important title is to our transactions, right? We've all been there. I know there's a lot of people that have been in the industry for several decades now. We've all been in that situation. We're about to close, and then all of a sudden we get that call or email from escrow that there's an issue with title, right? So we don't see how important it is until we run into an issue, right? No one wants to purchase a property with a clouded title. No lender wants to finance a property that has clouded title. So now with that in mind, well, does anybody want to share a story, a horror story with title? I'll share one. So when I was new in the industry, back in the days when there were short sales, I had spent months negotiating a short sale, preventing it from going into foreclosure. We did so many things to stop it from going to foreclosure. We had already funded the loan, and guess what? There was a lien from the IRS for $14,000 against my seller. We didn't close that transaction, and it got foreclosed. So you learn. So now with that in mind, there's more positive stuff going on, guys. So what is the most interesting story from title that you experienced in your title career, and how did you solve the issue?
Well, we have a lot of issues, right? I feel like I deal with them every single day. But one that stands out is, bless his soul, he's not here anymore. One of my clients, Juan, unfortunately, he died last year. And he was he was definitely a top producer. He was a fix and flipper as well too. But we had a transaction that unfortunately that we could not close. And we were really trying. I even gave him my attorney, and we were thinking every way possible to close this transaction. And my client was in Mexico, and he's like, Lisa, I don't know what to do. I need your help. And I said, well, you know what? Let me have your seller's phone number. And unfortunately, the guy was, the seller was a lot older. So I went to his house, and we were finding, like, I go, have you got anything on this house? And he did. And we found it. And this one real estate agent.
What was it? What was the issue?
Well, the issue is that there was fraud on it. There was a gentleman that was a fraudster that was putting liens on the property and was doing all this stuff. But what was so great, you guys, this real estate agent beforehand, because of this name, she got everybody that was like in the houses, and she went the extra step and sent letters to these homeowners and said, if you have any issues, give me a call, because I have everything to release it all for you. So, which was good.
That's what we call a good agent.
And that was a good agent. Okay. So when I found that letter, I called my client. I said, I'm telling you, this lady has it. You need to call her, but you better give her a commission for this, because for her to do that, sure enough, it happened. She had the right information for us as title to close. And that was probably the most awarding ones, because this gentleman was 76 years old, and he wanted to sell his house and move, with his family to Mexico. So he would have probably lost a lot of money, because he was an investor, my client, but he had another investor to buy it. But the point is that he got his full money, and thank God for that one agent that was really ethical.
Importance of being resourceful, right? Having the right connections. Great story. Thank you, Lisa. David, let's hear your story.
Yeah, so this one I really remember, because, man, this one was a tough one. So there was a private beneficiary, right? They lent some money out. I think it was like 20, 30,000 to this person. And unfortunately, this person who lent the money was deceased. And unfortunately, that debt doesn't get forgiven. So we had to locate his spouse, who was living at the time, and she did a background research to figure out where she lived, and she lived in Detroit. So yeah, we found this person. She lived in Detroit, Michigan, and we had to tell this person, hey, look, you're gonna get some money. I think at the time there was maybe 15 or 20,000 that we calculated that was left on the loan. And how do you think that sounds to somebody? Hey, it's this person calling you, is telling you you're gonna get 15, 20,000. She hung up on us maybe 3 or 4 different times. We sent her certified mail. We couldn't get in contact. And we're like, look, this is no joke. here's our website, we're a legit company, we're just trying to pay you so we can close out this transaction. Luckily at the time, this person had enough equities to where we can hold the money. And yeah, long story short, I think after we closed the transaction, there was still maybe 6 months until we finally got her to get her everything and, you know, pay her off. And she was happy because once she was told that, hey, the check is mailed, she was calling us every day. Hey, where's that money? Hey, I sent you guys everything.
You after that.
Yeah, she was like, hey, David, hey, Carlos, where's my money? I was like, it's on the way, I promise. She's like, I sent you all this information and my money's not here yet. So luckily, I think we sent the money out like on a Monday or Tuesday and it got to her next week. So I think that one was memorable because just the tracking down and trying to talk to the stranger and just say, hey, you have about $15,000-$20,000 coming your way. Believe it or not.
It's real, I swear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Nobody believes it.
I'm not telling your social security. I'm not asking you about your extended car insurance. This is legit.
Awesome, great story. So what's the moral of the story? What can we do to prevent the situations like this? Anytime that, let's say a real estate agent has a listing, what can they do to anticipate something like this?
Well, I think the most important thing too, and I'm sure escrow can always verify this as well too, is to definitely get that statement of information in right away. Like as soon as you get the listing, get that statement of information, order your listing prelim. And I think a lot of agents don't realize as well too, is that as title companies, right before you're ready to close, we're running that SI again. We're running the prelim again, because a lot of people go, well, what do you mean? It was clearly said. And I'm like, it came up, so I suggest that, you guys take a little bit more action and be more aware and learn how to read those prelims, because, and if you don't know how to read the prelim, because I know that a lot of you guys will call me and we can go over that. But I think what's really important is that if you don't rely on your escrow officer to send that statement of information out to your seller, make sure that you do that, and then we can get it in right away. And then maybe if you know that you're going to be closing within 2 weeks, verify it again, do it again. Always just be proactive.
Moral of the story, make sure you get those SIs as soon as you get that listing, get that SI completed. Great suggestion.
Oh, yeah.
This one work?
Yeah.
Hello. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So yeah, I think Lisa hit the nail on the coffin. A statement of information, that is probably the most important thing and part of a real estate transaction. So that's actually going to complete the prelim, and we can know if there's any judgments against the seller. Most secondly is when you see a prelim, call your title rep and have them go over it with you. Because the most common thing that we see, I think, in our territory is uninsured transfers. There's two people on title. One of them was a co-borrow. 2 or 3 years pass by, and they sign off the title without title insurance. So every title company across the board is going to ask that seller to reach out back to that person and have them fill what's called the SI, an uninsured affidavit. And we always hear the story, well, that was my deal. He helped me co-sign. Now he's in some ranchito in Mexico and we can't locate him. Unfortunately, we hear that so many times. So when you get that prelim, go over it with your title rep and have them. And if you know that before you're in escrow, it gives you time to help locate that person. And I know every different title company has their resources to help you find that person in order to make it a smooth transaction. And when you're in escrow, 3 or 4 days away from closing, you're not still trying to locate that person.
Great suggestion. So when you get that order the prelim as soon as you get that listing and actually look at it, review it. Don't just keep it in your email. Great suggestions. Thank you so much. So this is probably a question. We've all done transactions, right? So we look at the estimated closing statement for either the buyer or the seller. So how do you determine the cost of title insurance? How do they calculate that? Is there a formula?
It's by the sales price. That's the formula. It's the sales price.
So, but is it a percentage for everyone to know?
I think Or, yeah, it's kind of tricky. Title company is monitored by the Board of Insurance. So, I mean, every price is fairly the same. If you have a listing for 600,000, for the most part, every title company is gonna have the same price for that $600,000 listing.
So when we get that buyer or seller that's looking at their closing statement, they say, what is all this fees for? Why I don't want to pay this much? Are there discounts? Is there any way for a buyer or seller to get discounts on title?
Well, I'll speak for myself. No. Unfortunately, I mean, I know that some of us like have for veterans, senior discounts and things like that. It just all depends. I know that you guys have like the senior and the veterans discount. Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah, or if you want to.
Yeah. But I agree with David too. It's just, it just all depends, but in reality is we're by the insurance commissioner. So when we state our fees, that's our fees.
Yeah, exactly. We do offer some, but unfortunately, sometimes they try to get taken advantage of, right? A senior discount, and then they turn in the SI, and we figure out, hey, they're only 40. Unfortunately, they don't qualify for it. So we have to be very, very strict with those guidelines. Sometimes I know it may be annoying, like, well, let's verify their actual age, but unfortunately, yeah, we are monitored by the Board of Insurance, and unfortunately, sometimes our competitors are looking to turn us in for any little thing, any little violation, and that kind of may take our license away, which is a no-no.
But another thing I was thinking, that right now that the buyer's agent are going to, actually the buyers
Are going to start paying the closing costs. So I've been thinking about, title, because before sometimes when you have the listing, most of the time you send the seller's, net sheet to the client, so he knows how much to be charged. But right now, maybe we need to start sending also to the buyers the net sheet to see how much it's going to cost. And I think everybody needs to start thinking about maybe discounts, because escrow and title and everything they want to pay by their own, so it's going to be more. So what are you not thinking about something about that, your companies?
Well, no, because unfortunately, sometimes it takes title companies a long time to when, let's say, we wanted to lower our fees or whatever we do, it just doesn't happen overnight for us, and I'm gonna be honest with you, we're not lowering our fees. We're just not. And as a title company, because it's just the way, prices go up and things like that. To be honest with you, if anything, I would think that, and I'm sure David would agree, if anything, our prices will be going up. Once we let's just say that we're in the thing that we're going to be doing our fees again, what they'll probably do is raise our fees. They'll probably do something like that. But now when it comes to discounts, I can't speak for independent escrows, but I know for title companies, we cannot give out discounts.
Great. Thank you so much for the answers to those questions. So technology is constantly changing the real estate industry. How do you see or foresee technology affecting the future of title insurance? Like, for example, we know that California, they just passed, I think it was in October, the remote online notaries. I know it's going to take a while for that to take effect, but how do you see technology affecting the title industry?
So yeah, that one, in terms of title, hopefully it just, makes the transaction a lot smoother. Where I see technology really being more of a force is in the real estate industry for real estate agents. We all have heard of ChatGPT, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And now it's not even being used to write a nice listing description. It's being used to, promote someone's social media for the next month, and they have it all laid out in the next 30 minutes. So that's where I really see technology being a real factor. In terms of title insurance, we haven't really seen it affect our industry, at least. I know some people talked about using blockchain in order to do title insurance, but I don't see how that can happen. As we talked about, there's so many different issues in title. I mean, they can probably close out maybe smooth transactions, but when they're trying to locate someone to pay off or get a signature from somebody, or a copy of the trust is up to debate, you really need a person up there stepping up to bat for your transaction.
I agree. when it comes to title insurance, there's just too much that we have to do that I can't see it going into like AI or different technology. I mean, I'm sure there's certain things like that they can outsource and when it comes to prelims and things like that. But when it comes to technology like that, there's just too much involved with title insurance. I mean, our title officers they're like attorneys. I mean, they got to make sure that everything is, you can't just have someone just reviewing, those prelims and transferring title to somebody else. So I don't really see that to be a problem either.
Any discussion on remote online notaries? Are they doing anything to prepare for that, or they haven't even started talking about that yet?
No, but I know, I mean, I can't really speak, but I do know with us, like with Chicago Title, like we would rather have our notaries, like they need to be approved with F&F Financial because there's so much fraud out there. And I don't know, I mean, we've been dealing with, I don't know about you, David, but we've been dealing with a lot of fraud with land and it's been going on a lot. And I just can't see notaries like that for us. Like I know as a title company, I can't even see us taking them.
Oh yeah, exactly. The remote online notary. I mean, that's been in the talks since COVID, and no title company has really been able to pinpoint a great way to close out that transaction. I think even sometimes the county recorders may have it, and sometimes it's not even title companies saying no, it's the county recorders saying, hey, we're not going to accept this document. We've heard things of being in the works, but nothing really set in stone yet.
Does anyone have any questions for the audience? Anything about title?
Everybody knows title very well. Oh my God. I know the beginning.
Can I ask like one or two more questions?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So this is a little different than stepping outside of title. So I know that in your industry, you're constantly out in the field interacting like with groups of realtors and others in the real estate industry. From your perspective, the top producing agents that you work with, what do you see, especially those that are continuously in the top producers, like, top RE/MAX top producers, what do you see them doing differently than other realtors, like the ones that do one transaction, the 50% of the realtors nationwide that did one transaction last year? What are they doing differently? I want to share that with the audience.
Yeah. Well, what I see with my top producers is that they have systems in place. They really have everything just pretty much set up. They have their CRM all set up. They have their listing presentations, their buying presentations. They're very organized. And what I see is that they actually, they do a little bit of everything. They do have their farm area that they send out. They have, I think the most important thing is like, because when I talk to agents, a lot of people just don't want to spend money either. These top producers are spending a lot of money on their systems. And that's what I see. And then they're actually spending money on, like, if it's some kind of coaching, whatever it might be, they're Mike Ferry, Tom Ferry, Brian Buffini, whatever it might be. And they're really investing in themselves. And they want to be in the top 1%. I see that they want to win all the time. And they know when they go on a listing presentation that they're very precise exactly how they're going to talk to their seller. And I feel like when I do talk to a lot of my clients with top producers, a lot of them just like, they don't really want to talk to me too much. Like, they just want me to be there. Like, hey, you better answer your phone, right? And I need you, or I need help on this prelim, whatever it might be. But when I do have different technology, I will share it with them and see if it's something that they're interested in. But I think the most important thing is they're ahead of the curve. They're already in the next system that is going to be happening. And I feel like I see that with a lot of my top producers. A lot of times too that I see with agents, it's like, I'm like, hey, so do you have a CRM? They're like, oh, it's in my phone. Okay, well, it's in your phone, but how are you how are you contacting them? Like, are they getting things from you, either an email or you're knowing that you're talking to them like every couple months, their family members. But those top producers, they know those family members. They know when they have an anniversary or a birthday or whatever it might be. They are so on top of it that when their clients are at a party or they're at an event, they're referring them.
So as Lisa said, systems and models in place and investing in yourself. A lot of things that Christian said earlier today. David?
Yeah, definitely. So during the end of the year, we sit down with a lot of agents, start doing their business planning. And we notice a lot of them tend to have 4 to 8 different types of lead sources. And a lot of people, I talked to a lot of agents who maybe didn't have that good year, and they can maybe only identify 2 or 3. So I definitely recommend having 4 to 8 different lead sources, whether it's open house, social media, calling niches, whether it's like you're looking for people to do 1031 exchange, the probates, the divorces. Find 4 to 8 different lead sources that are constantly filling your funnel.
Who has 4 to 8 different lead sources or lead generating techniques? Good job. Good job, good job, good job. How about virtual assistants? Are you noticing that the real estate industry are starting to use real estate virtual assistants more? I know Sergio has. How many virtual assistants do you have, Sergio? 8. I have 2. So what are you seeing with the usage of virtual assistants?
I've noticed a lot of people are using them for cold calling, but I haven't really seen anybody stay too consistent with it. They try it for maybe 2 months, don't feel like they get the results they need. They feel like they're just spending money, and I feel like they don't give it enough time to get the results that they're looking for. So, I mean, that's the feedback that I've been hearing.
Lisa, what's your perspective, or what are you seeing there with virtual assistants being used in the real estate industry? Not just agents, but title or
Well, I have
escrow.
I have 2 virtual assistants, and I've had one of them for 5 years and the other one for 2. And for me, it's really helped me a lot. So I can do what I do best, is be in front of people, because your back end is so important. It's like I always tell my clients, it's like the kitchen. You have to have the front of the house, but at the back of the house, if the cooks are not doing good, you're not going to have a good front of the house. So that's exactly how I feel my back of the house is my cooks, and that food has to taste good, but I tell my clients about the virtual assistants, but it's almost like farming for them. They want to start it and they feel like it's very easy, and it's the same thing with farming. It takes 18 months to 2 years. Sometimes you're not going to get that traction that you want. It's the same thing with the virtual assistant. It's the same thing like with working out. You got to put in the time. You got to invest in the time to train your people the way you like it, and the way how you want things done. But they are good, and there is ones that are not very good. And I've had some bad experiences in the very beginning, and but now I know exactly how to utilize them for my business, and for me, they're fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Any questions before we wrap up? Oh, going once, going twice. Hector?
I have one question. So back at the end of the year, there was a system failure with one of the couple of large actual title companies, where people weren't able to close on time because of some type of hacking that was going on, and their systems were locked out. What is being done? What was done to alleviate the situation, and what is being done in the future so that it doesn't happen again?
Well, I can speak because it was F&F that it happened to. It was actually right around my birthday, so I had to cancel my plans. That being said, I was in such good communication with my clients. My boss was so on it. He literally opened up a WhatsApp chat with all of us reps to let us know what was going on, to guide our clients. But we kind of went back to old school. We had to do everything old school, and we did it. Did it take a long time? Yeah. My title officers were working 24/7. They never left the office. It was very difficult for all of us, but we got through it. And yeah, what's great about us is that they didn't get our data. We shot everything down in a matter of seconds. But if you can imagine, we had to shut down every state, nationwide, and it took time to get everything back up. But yes, now we have not only did we have 2 security systems, and now we're even more with security. Like when I get into my email, even on my phone, even on my laptop, whatever I might do. Like before, I think I would say about 5 years ago, they switched us now to having our own laptop. So now I have to have their laptop so they can monitor everything, which is good in that aspect. But unfortunately, we're living in a society now that they're going to be attacking some big companies out there. And I think they just did First American back in December. And they did, I think First American, they got them like 3 years ago prior to that. So unfortunately, I mean, all the security systems that you're going to have, I mean, you can do the best that you can, but you know.
Great question, Hector. All right, let's have a round of applause for Lisa Lombardi and David Garcia.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, guys.
I just want to remind everyone that is for breakout sessions. So this is a seminar, is a long event. It's not a short event. So please bear with me. If somebody needs to go to the bathroom, you can go ahead and just do it. And somebody needs to go and sit. There is 2 chairs over here. So can you just, please, can you just come here because maybe you are too tired to be stand up? Okay, let me just go with it. Now we are in the second breakout session. I want to introduce Abby Ayala as a moderator. And the panelist is going to be, let me see, the panelist will be Lorena Trujillo from Lincoln Escrow, Patricia Boe from Green Escrow, and Linda Castellanos for Proactive Escrow. Let me talk a little bit about our moderator because everybody will introduce themselves because they forgot in the first breakout session. So please introduce yourselves after before you start everything. Allow me to introduce Abby Ayala as a mortgage originator, loan officer, and branch manager for our Whittier office in Icor Lending. Abby is driving by deep passion for helping individuals and families achieve their dream and homeownership. With her dedication and extensive experience in the mortgage industry, spending over 20 years, Abby has developed a profound understanding of the home financing process. What sets Abby apart is her commitment to building a foundation of trust, transparency, and personalized servicing with her clients. She believes in taking a unique approach to tailor mortgage solutions that best suit their individual needs. Whether her clients are the first-time home buyers, seasonal homeowners, or real estate investors, Abby's expertise enables her to provide the most suitable options. Abby specializes in a wide range of mortgage products, including conventional, FHA, VA, and non-QM loans. Her vast knowledge and experience allowed her to guide clients through the complexity of each loan type, ensuring they make informed decisions who help her clients navigate to the mortgage landscape with confidence. Let's welcome Abby Ayala and her panelists.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so thank you for being here this morning and sucking in all this knowledge that hopefully we will feed into you. Today, I have the honor of interviewing escrow. I have Patricia, I have Lorena, and I have Linda. Linda from Proactive, Lorena from Lincoln Escrow, and Patricia from Green Forest. Thank you. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. My first time being a moderator. So escrow plays a crucial role in our real estate business. So in a minute or less, if you can introduce yourselves and provide a little background information about yourself.
Okay, I'll start with me. My name's Linda Castellanos. I'm the owner to Proactive Escrow, and I'll start with thanking all of you for attending. And also, I would like to say, oh, okay. Okay,
Hello? Yeah, hello, hello. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, sorry, technical. Okay, yeah, I feel like I'm in my office right now. Okay, so I want to start with saying like my biggest title that I totally love was being a mother. I have two girls, they are going to college and I'm really proud of them. And obviously, my second biggest title is being a wife to Hector Gutierrez. We've been together for 21 years. I actually met him selling him a house and he negotiated the commission, but here we are together. And so I've owned this company for 20 years. I was a real estate broker for many years. I was a top producer for Century 21. However, when I got married, I decided to get into the escrow, which I really like because I like to build relationships.
Thank you.
That's it. I'm making it short.
Well, my name is Lorena Trujillo.
Let me start all over. Okay. Well, once again, Sonia, thank you for the invitation and thank you to all of you guys for being here, making the time to this great event. My name is Lorena Trujillo and I am the founder of Lincoln Escrow. I've been in business for 32 years and I have built a very reputable escrow company in the city of Montebello. I'm actually started as an escrow receptionist and built myself up to where I'm at now. I trained and help new or give opportunities to new employees so they can grow within the escrow industry. That is the passion that I have. The opportunity was given to me, and that's what I love to do. I've been training these ladies so where actually they move on to open their own businesses, and I have passion for what I do. I actually do have two daughters, beautiful daughters and a beautiful family, and I have built a lot of relationship with many real estate agents in the industry as well. I belong to the San Gabriel Valley Escrow Association and also to the California Escrow Association. So I'm an active member and always trying to get knowledgeable and experience so I can build and help many realtors in our industry.
Well, hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, good. My name is Patricia Buhe. I'm also senior escrow officer and owner, one of the owners. My husband, my better half, is in the escrow right now, trying to handle the escrow, which I have had so many messages already telling me, when are you coming back? Okay. So just like Linda and Lorena, I had almost the same upbringing like they did. I started in many years ago as a secretary of a large real estate company. And one of the things that fascinate me is the fact that real estate is so big and you can do so many things and feel valuable. To me, it was the escrow portion. Obviously, I started as a real estate agent, then I became a broker. I have my little in-house escrow, and then I have kids. And when you have kids, you're like, I cannot do this. I don't want to go and sit on an open house when you have little ones in your house and you want to have your weekends. So when the depression, well, when the first market went down in the 1990s, I was forced to go into a title company and started in escrow. And that was my passion. I really love working in the escrow. And like Lorena did, I had the privilege to teach a lot of young girls who became escrow officers now. And it's like a family. I believe that escrow, we all care for each other and we all look out for each other. And there is enough real estate agents that we can work with. So it's very hard to find an escrow officer that is not, that doesn't care for the clients. And so I have a family-owned business, my husband and now I have the privilege also to have my daughter, my oldest daughter, work with me. But all of my kids have worked in the business in one way or another. And that to me is precious. So I've been in the business for 34 years and I own Green Forest Escrow for 20.
Awesome. Congratulations. So I want to start with a fundamental question. What would you say is a primary role of an escrow officer? Lorena, I'll start with you.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Wow. The primary role is, of course, to be a neutral to a buyer and to a seller. We are working for the consumer here, right? We are working for the consumer. So basically, we just have to stay neutral, follow the contract, whatever pertains to escrow. Everybody has their own, but ultimate is basically just follow the contract, be a neutral party to the transaction, work with our buyers, work with our sellers, educate our clients, work with our realtors, and most of all, find a solution to closing successfully. Talk to our agents since the beginning, a buyer and a seller. I personally like to have an open communication with the client. I'm not bypassing the agent. I'm not bypassing the buyer's agent either. It's just that I just love to build a relationship with the client so they can trust what they're working with. So when we basically are in the middle of a transaction, they feel that they were gone by the hand and someone helped them out as well.
Very important communication. Linda, what do you say some of the key responsibilities of an escrow officer are?
I would agree with what Lorena said, but I would also say that the biggest key is pivoting. Because this industry, it's never the same escrow. And the fact that, you know, as an owner, I'm also a real estate broker, been in Centurion level, it is very easy for me to tell my escrow officers that if there's ever a problem and the broker's not available, they can consult with me because I have the experience to be able to teach them how to pivot. And that education will never be taken away from that person. It'd be the seller, the buyer, the agent, anybody in the team. I will talk to them directly and make sure that transaction is closed smoothly. And that has a lot to do with experience.
Definitely. Patricia, would you say that varies depending on transaction, type of transaction, responsibilities and roles?
Yes, definitely the roles. Well, the role is always the same. You have to be neutral, but you have to support and guide your clients and your agents and their clients. So I believe in transparency and being able to educate not only the realtor, but also the client. The client needs support. They need to feel that because to us, it may be a job, but for the client is, you know, their life savings, their home, they need to move and they need to be guided. And sadly, I see that a lot of times there is a miscommunication or mainly miscommunication or misinformation between the clients and the realtors. So that's where we step in to support the clients by, you know, giving also the tools, the guidance to close the transaction in a timely manner.
Thank you. With that being said, what are some of the challenges that escrow faces daily or that most common challenges that you face and how do you navigate through those challenges?
For me, is to get all the information at the beginning of the transaction. Having the listing agent, the seller's agent, they have to have a lot of communication with that agent and request the documents in the beginning. Obviously, one thing that Lisa shared with us is now you can get the prelim, so you know what is against the property. And a lot of times you go to a client and you ask them, do you owe anybody else besides your first mortgage? No, I don't owe anything. I don't have any problems. I don't have any judgments. I don't have any kids. That's the first thing that they're gonna tell you. Well, guess what? When you come back and you say, oh, but wait a minute, in this county, you know, it could be Kern County, you have a judgment. Oh, that's right. I forgot about it. So if you get things at the beginning of the transaction is the best, because I don't know if they have the same problem. It's like trying to make it to the final end without, falling. And it's a race, right? And everybody at the end of that race, they want to close, they want to get their check. And you don't want to get that phone call from us saying, oh, guess what? We got a judgment. We got this, we got that, So it's always better to get the problems at the beginning rather than at the end.
So for me, actually, one of the challenges that we as an escrow, we guardians of people's money. Okay, so we have to be alert at all times when we open escrow as far as where the money comes in, gets deposited, or where the money we have to wire out to our clients. That is my priority. We balance our escrow records every day. We balance our files, but mainly when we talk to the buyer as they're coming in into a new transaction, and we just have to make sure that one, you educate them as far as where the money is supposed to be going in. I think to us is the biggest challenges for me. As far as the follow-up, as far as staying consistent with our agents, it's not a problem. I do feel that we do have a great system in our office where we follow up in actually every other day or weekly, to where we're always ahead. We're always talking to our client and making sure that if you can't give me this information, let me go directly with the buyer or the seller. Let them know the importance of what we need so we can process the escrow in a timely manner, because we have a 30-day escrow. That's an open communication with the buyer, with the seller. And when that happens, the sellers will cooperate with you. You get your information ahead. You can actually send the SI to the title company. We can clear it. And actually, when we get loan documents, we give a call to the title officer and say, hey, we're ready to close the escrow. Can you do another date down? They'll run it again. And we're just ahead to just have a happy closing transactions. It's just staying on top of it.
Communication.
Staying on top of your file.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's the question.
So I have a combination. Definitely wire fraud is a big thing. That's really something I would say is like death. It's like the money leaves, you're never going to get it back. And so that is very important. One of the things I practice at Proactive Escrow is that we actually have every client notarized when they give us the account. The reason I practice that is because my clients are the consumers, but my long-term relationships are the agents. So I need to think about it as, how do I relieve liability, not only for ourselves, but for my long-term relationships. So that's one of the reasons, because if they write the account wrong or there's something that happens, I have proof it was them that gave me that information. So I definitely do that. And of course, I've had so many phone calls when they're out of state wires, and I had them notarized. They get so upset. But once I get on the phone and I explain to them that it's our job to protect their money, I don't have a problem anymore. So that's definitely the wire. When it comes to the smooth transaction, wow, I have to bring up the pivoting again, because during COVID, I had to hire 2 people just to call on payoffs because nobody wanted to work or nobody could work. So there's HOAs we had to deal with, solar, SIs being filled up correctly, liens, prelim. Oh, the new one, hazard insurance. Forget doing hazard insurance at the end. That has to come at the beginning. And I'm a little different than these 2 escrow officers because I have never in my life processed an escrow. However, I've owned an escrow company this year for 20 years, and I own another one in Upland with total different names, Somerset Escrow. So my important thing is to oversee and make sure the guidelines are there to protect the consumer and my long relationships.
And let me add to that. In my case, well, I've been very fortunate to say that I own the escrow company, but I'm there with the team in every day to make sure that not only that I give them the experience that I have and the knowledge that I've gone through all these years, but I'm there to help them find solutions. I'm actually be there. I'm the first one to come in, the last one to leave at the end of the day. You understand where we're at. Our staff comes in with problems. We got to be ready to find a solution. We have realtors that we work with that they count on us. And not only that, but the customer. So me being able to work not only as an owner, but as an escrow officer in my own office, it brings me the experience, the knowledge, to be able to find solutions immediately. I had a situation going back to the wires. A couple of years ago, maybe 3 to 5 years, my escrow company got targeted. They changed my email address and they went ahead and sent over to a client who was ready to close the escrow. When I was ready to fund, that money went to Wells Fargo. Okay, but this is where I come in immediately. At the moment I spoke to the buyer and she was crying, I said, we're going to the bank where you wire this money. We went to Wells Fargo. I walked in with the client and guess what? We put a claim because the hacker had just barely opened that account the same day. So the client got the money 3 days after and we closed the escrow. So you gotta be there.
Wow.
You gotta be there for the client. You gotta be there for your agents.
That is awesome customer service.
Yeah, absolutely.
In what ways would you say you stay on top of the changes in the real estate industry? And how important is that to be able to better service your clients?
On top, it's really education. I have meetings with my escrow officers. Just because I'm not there doesn't mean they can't call me. I mean, nowadays everybody calls everybody. And the most important thing is making sure that the service is there. I know that you brought up the diet thing, and a lot of people, like, you lose weight, you got to eat correctly, right? It's not difficult. Well, if I've been established for 20 years, obviously I'm using a method that's basic. You just got to make sure that the calls are answered, the follow-up. I came up with the name of my company, Proactive. We're an independent escrow company. Agents are not coming to us and saying, here's a deal for you. I literally have to work it very well in order to keep these long relationships with top producers. So I make sure that we are fully communication savvy and that we use every communication method, text and email. So that's how I keep on
Very important.
top
Yeah.
with everything.
Lorena.
Well, I stay, like I said, I'm an active member of the California Escrow Association, and I'm also with San Gabriel Valley. So what happens is that we're up there finding out what is our escrow industry doing. And to me, that's very important because we have to stay up to date. We have to stay up to date as far as escrow. What is escrow going through? What are we going to do ourselves to take ourselves to the next level at all times for your client, for you? That's very important. So staying educated and also training the team that I have, I think it has actually helped me to build such a great relationship with many agents. I have started with agents. I've been in the business for 32 years. I have started with agents who had actually no experience as being a realtor, and we grew together. Because I don't help, I show you the way. There's a difference.
Big difference.
Well, the same thing with me. I've been honored to have a lot of agents that have started in the business brand new, and I've been able to guide them through and have successful closings. There's no transaction that is the same as the next one. So you always have a challenge, whether it's personality with the client, whether anything can just trigger something. And just us being there and putting my team as part of your team has played a big role in my successful business that really can share with the rest of the realtors to say, you're not alone. You have this backup team that is willing to, give you the guidance that you need. And so staying active with the Escrow Association and attending, because we have a lot of classes, a lot of seminars, we have audits, we have, you name it, you don't even know. But just being there and educating yourself all the time to be able to relate that to your clients, I think that's very important. That's the key.
Definitely. We're a little behind on time, so this is going to be my last question. But how would you say you set yourself apart from any other escrow officer out there? Lorena.
Okay. Absolutely. Well, like I said, and I keep coming back, I think that I love what I do. Okay. So when you work with passion and you do what Fuentes said, You first put yourselves at the beginning, just before you go to work. Your mentality has to be there, where I'm gonna go into my business and how I'm gonna make the difference today. Okay, I'm gonna build a strong team. I'm going to be giving, or we're gonna be giving our best possible service to our clients. Our clients are our realtors, right? Our realtors bring their own clients. So we owe it to you guys. You have to be able to be ready to not just be just an escrow company, at least not for me. I want to be able to take my team to the next level and provide the best possible service. I can say within this 30 years or 32 years that I've been in the business, I have engaged with a lot of realtors, top people, and I've been able to work from Hollywood States to the Orange County to our own people in LA County. So this is where it tells me that whatever I'm doing it right, and I just want to do it better every time.
Awesome. Trisha, thank you.
I feel like a record. I'm repeating the same thing, but it's true. We do work I feel in transparency. I feel that that's the key. Communication, open communication all the time with the clients and the agents. Like she said, Lorena, we feel that our clients are the realtors, you are, and in an extension is your clients. So I want to build a better relationship with you, something that it's going to create a better business for you and better business for us. So I do support. It's like Lorena said again, we start the business in the morning, but we are the last ones to leave. So
Dedication.
Dedication. So I'm very committed, very committed. I mean, you don't get where I'm at if I'm not committed. I mean, besides being a broker, as I said, I'm also a landlord to 45 doors. And I also oversee 2 escrow companies. And one of the things that I do is educate. I mean, there will always be some sponsorship I'm doing, some lunch and learn that I'm doing, some one-on-one that I'm doing. I totally try to be one-on-one with my agents to make sure that they grow. Because you know what? If they grow, I grow.
Absolutely.
That the transition of an escrow at this point, I have very experienced escrow officers, escrow managers. They know what they're doing. But we have to pivot at times, and I get consulted for every pivoting that there is in my office. So with that said, my mindset is always growth for everyone. And I think that's how you build a great relationship.
Yes. We grow, you grow, everyone.
Well, I want to say thank you. Thank you. And let me just close with something, if you allow me. 2023, we talked about that. It was a difficult year, but I'll tell you one thing. 2024, I've seen, maybe you guys could confirm this, but I've seen a 15% increase. My openings went from last year to this year way up. And so that means the direction we're going this year is that we're going to have an awesome 2024. Let's make it the best one.
I agree. 2024 is going to be great. I'm blessed enough to say my December was the biggest ever in 20 years.
Congrats.
So that could say it's a great beginning, right? So thank you.
Lastly, any questions from the audience for escrow?
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, this is like, who's that here? Oh, yeah, move that. That is so scary. I could see you and then really
I
retire.
know the noise and everything, so we're going to remove that chair. That's very important, so we're going to move the other chair over there, so I know, for you, my sweetheart, for you. Thank you so much, you know, we learned so much right now, you know, we learned a lot. And I love to have such interesting people, top producers, and the industry guys. I say to the Facebook people. And just to learn, you know, how important is everything in the transaction. Sometimes, I'm going to tell you something. One day I did a live with one of the agents here, and we was talking about what happened to us in the open house over the weekend. And a lot of people come, you know, regular people. Sonia, I didn't knew that you have to pass through all these problems in order just to show a property. So people don't know what we go through, you know, and so, how many things and how many people are involved in a transaction. So this event, I think, is very good. So the transaction for everybody in the Facebook to know about what we're doing in our lives, we're not just getting the commission so easy, okay? That's the most important part. Okay, let's go to the next break session. We're going to have just two more, so bear with me, guys. Let me introduce to Anita. Anita is a local real estate agent, is not only passionate about helping individuals and business find the perfect space to thrive, but is also dedicated to philanthropists. She has found the One Heart at a Time Foundation with a mission to raise mental health awareness among the youth in her community. Anita's commitment to making a positive change in the world is driven by her love to her son and grandson. Join her in creating a better future for the next generation. Let's welcome Anita Harton, our moderator. Our panelists, let me see. Ladies and gentlemen, the panelists that we have here with you are Ana Saucedo. She is an owner of Public Insurance. Cristina Guerra. She is the sales executive for NHD, ID, Property ID. Property, and Laurie Ochoa. She is the most important right now, the home insurance, because for some reason it's super high. So let's talk about that. Yeah. Okay, let's just have everybody microphone. I don't know you want to be with this one, you want to be with this one. And let's, can you just, I know, right? Yes. Because too much noise. Yes. Because some over there. Hi, guys.
This is my first time moderating too, so I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
I just say just one thing about her. I love her to be a moderator long time ago because I love the voice. I love the way she talks. And I said, my God, you will be the perfect moderator. One day I'm going to call you.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And she said that. One day I'm going to call you to moderate. I'm like, yeah, okay. And she did. So here I am. So thanks again. I don't know if you guys want to stand up for a minute. I know I love to stand up. So if you want to take a minute and just stand up and stretch, please feel free. Yeah. It's been a long afternoon. I know it's nice to sit down, but if you want to stand, please stand for a second, stretch out. Yeah. Okay. All right. So welcome, guys or ladies. Thank you for being here today. I'm just going to allow you to introduce yourself and what you do and how long you've been in the business, because I think it is important for everybody. I said stand up, not leave. Yeah, get back over here, guys. Get back over here. Should we give him a minute? I don't know. Yeah, you'll take 20 now. So, okay, we'll count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, I guess we got back who we're going to get back. They'll make it back shortly, but while they do, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and how long you've been in the business so they can know how much experience and knowledge that they're going to get here today. Is this working? Okay, It is.
Hi, guys. Good morning or good afternoon. My name is Cristina Guerra. I am the sales director at Property ID, and I've been in the industry, real estate industry, for over, I say 2 decades. Don't ask me how old I am. No. I started out with Lisa Lombardi. No, I take that back. I was a junior processor in Downey, and I used to see Mr. Chicharron come in all the time, bringing pastelitos and things like that. And I'm like, I like your job. I am not a behind the desk type of person. So when he would come in, Lisa Lombardi would come in. Long story short, I ended up getting a job at First American Title. So I did that for a little while, loved it. I thought this job was made for me, being a single mother, got to take my daughter to school, pick her up, do things, host all those kinds of events. And unfortunately, I took some time off. My mom became very ill. She passed last year, but I ended up getting hired with Property ID, and I absolutely love my job. I love networking and building relationships with the people, and most important, educating you seasoned agents and brokers. Yeah. I'll get into it a little bit later, but yes, I've been in the business. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? It works? Yes. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Ana Saucedo. I'm with Farmers Insurance, and I'm not the speaker in my family, so I might be a little shy here. My husband Benny is the speaker in our family. But I've been in the business for, I would say 15 years. Next month is going to be 15 years. I opened my insurance agency with Farmers. I started many years ago in the real estate industry. I was an escrow officer. I was a real estate agent. I was a loan officer. I was a transaction coordinator. I think I've done it all in the real estate industry, except being a title rep. Until I found my passion in insurance. And I started this 15 years ago. And I really love what I do. I really learned to love the insurance field. With having so many people in my little corner, and I've been very blessed with a lot of business, with a lot of referrals. I feel that when people refer me that client, I'm really blessed. I take the time to really explain to them what insurance means, what are they getting, what are they paying for basically in the policies. So it's something that I've really learned to love. I had so many hats on, and so I feel like this. I found my
Your
niche,
passion.
my passion.
Nice.
And so yeah, this is.
Well, thank you. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Lori Ochoa. I am a home warranty rep with Choice Home Warranty, but I did start back in 2004. I actually got my real estate license back then. I started with the Keller Williams Realty back then. That's when I was able to start my business. But with that being said, I met Lisa Lombardi, and I have a really close connection with her because she was my title rep back then, and without knowing anything, she actually sat there and took the time to educate me. And I was a newbie, and so I take that to heart to now, to where I'm at right now, because I also want to give back the way someone also took the time to sit there with me. You're newly licensed, and you pretty much feel confused. You feel like, where am I going? What am I doing? So with that being said, I have also, just like Anna said, I've done transaction coordinating. I've also done processing for loans. I also worked for Property ID for a bit. And now I'm doing home warranty, but not saying that I've been all over the place, but I feel like I'm in a better place because I know a little bit more of the whole industry of real estate. So with that being said, I'm excited, to be here. Thank you, Sonia Moncayo and iCor Lending, for allowing us to speak and to give our expertise on our part, because that's where it starts. If you guys don't know how to educate your clients, then how else are you guys going to grow? So thank you.
Yes, thank you. And being a newer agent, I know how important it is to find your team and to create your own team. When we start with the brokerage, we love our brokers. They have, people, but when you have your own relationship with your people, it changes the name of the game. You have to have your own people, because the education behind them, the things that they will teach you that you have no idea even exist, is incredible. So that brings me to my first question, and the same question for all of you. Since insurance has been changing drastically, what would you say is the biggest change that we need to know about in each of your industries?
Well, first of all, natural hazard disclosures is not insurance, so it's a report that is required by law for the seller to provide to the potential buyer. And being in the industry for so long and now working with Property ID, we are big. Property ID has been around for nearly 50 years. The founder, I don't know if many of you know, and I'll educate you, the founder of the industry, Mr. Carlos Siderman, actually the CEO of Property ID, is the founder of the NHD industry. So he started the business. So needless to say, we know what we're doing. We have not had any lawsuits or anything. And if I can share with you guys, agents and realtors, escrow, if you ordered 3 different title reports, they're all going to be the same. If you ordered 3 different NHD reports, they're not going to be the same. Why? Because the other generic, I call them NHD companies, not to badmouth anybody at all. It's just, unfortunately, the NHD industry is not regulated. So my mission and my passion is to get to every single office, and I have over 1,000 offices. I've increased the market share. It is about education, building relationships, but sometimes people are just like, no, I let my escrow order, my TC, or what, but those are just lawsuits waiting to happen. And there are many lawsuits as we speak. So if you would allow me, and I don't want to take up too much time, if you have an office, you would like to have a lunch and learn, have some information. We have an attorney. It's not just me that answers the phone on the weekends. We have an attorney. We have a whole team of expertise that will help not only guide you as an agent, escrow, but we also will speak to your client.
So let's say they're looking for a company. What's the question they can ask to see if, at least a little more aware if they're legit? Do they check out the Better Business Bureau? How can they be comfortable that the company they're calling is reputable?
That's a good question. Homeowners, I don't think know anything about an NHD, and probably a lot of buyers and even agents. I'm sorry, it's not you.
Well,
guys,
it's
you
true.
guys-
That's why I'm
it's true,
asking.
right.
Yes.
It's true. And you agents, lenders, escrows, you are focused on escrow, lending, you're a broker, you're teaching, you're doing all these things yourself. That is why I have to get to so many offices. It's all about education. Allow me to educate. We have our attorney, Melana, who's been with us for 25 years. That's all she does. She wants to protect agents, protect the client from a potential lawsuit. Why? Because I'll give you an example. You buy a property and you get the Cheapo Depot NHD report, right? And the client wants to build an ADU, or they want to tear down and build a pool. Well, they go and pay this architect, and then the local city ordinance says, no, you cannot build because you have the wild salamander there, or you have, the natural habitat, or it's not allowed because you gave me the report that is incomplete. So Property ID has the most complete report in the industry, and we back it. So, and the most important thing is that we offer the $20 million E&O insurance that names the broker agents and the TCs.
Okay, Anna.
Yes, so for insurance, there's been so many changes lately. It's changing every day. So insurance companies are getting very, very selective of who they want to insure. So just be careful with your claims. With my office, whenever someone comes in for a claim, I say, hold on, let's see what's going on. I send out SurfPro to see what's going on because everybody wants to file a water claim. But sometimes it's just a pipe that is leaking and it's not going to be covered. But yet that loss is going to show on your policy and your property. And so that you automatically lose the free claims discount. So make sure you're with claims that you limit it to, but like when you really have to put in a claim. If your deductible is going to be covered and barely getting a little bit of money, it might not be a good idea to put in a claim. So insurance companies are getting very selective of who they want to insure, claims, where the property is, the location, fire. So it's a very plumbing issues.
So is that a conversation they can maybe call you and say like, hey, is this a claim I should put through?
Definitely,
Okay, so
definitely. And I usually got all my clients say, really send SurfPro out there to make sure that you do have a claim. Because if you don't, if SurfPro says no, there's really no way to cover this claim, then you have an opinion from a company that knows. And that could be for anything, even someone breaking into your home. Like, well, you automatically want to put in a claim. But if whatever they steal is $1,000, $1,500, but your first instinct is to file that claim, you don't want to do that. Right. And then for lenders, insurance was a thing to order at the last minute. Now you want to order insurance first thing because the prices are really high, and I don't think they're coming back down again. Prices are high. Landlords are very hard to insure right now. Landlords, there's different companies and there's different ways. I found a way where if the property is in a trust or in a corporation, we're able to insure landlord policies. But they're very, especially commercial habitational, it's been tough and very pricey to insure. So changing the plumbing, upgrading your electrical system, a lot of things that to make it more enticing for the companies to want to give you.
So basically, in order to save yourself money, take the time to make the phone call and see if it's worth putting in that claim or not.
Bundling up basically helps a lot with pricing right now.
Okay. How about yourself? Any big issues or changes we need to know about?
So with home warranty, the only thing that we've been seeing within the last year is home warranty companies have their prices have gone up, and their service fee technicians also have gone up. And we're actually happy to say that with our company, we've been able to maintain our price. We have a $660 plan for 12 months, and we still have the $75 service fee. So it's, I'm happy to announce that that's still something that you guys can look forward to. But we also know that the last year also the RPA, well, not last year, every year, right? The RPA changes, and you no longer have those boxes to put what home warranty options you have on there. So with that being said, it's always nice to have someone like myself as a rep that you guys can call directly and let me know, and I can actually help you with getting an estimate. If you guys are in between getting an offer, don't hesitate to give me a call, because I'm always there to help you guys out. Don't ever think that whatever money is allotted, you guys are not going to get a plan, because I can always, they call like an a la carte. I'm able to put one together just to make sure your client is actually having a home warranty. And the good thing about it is that the client at the close of escrow, they have 30 days for them to go ahead and add any optional coverages. So it's always good to know, if whatever that they have allotted, make sure you get them one, into place, and then the rest we can always deal with within the next 30 days.
So would you say that that was one of the biggest misconceptions, is that they don't have enough money maybe to cover their client?
One of them, yes, I can really agree on that being a misconception, but I'll be honest with you. Another one is, I'll be transparent. I got a home warranty and it's not working, or the technicians are not available when I want them to be. Key point for them, we are not an emergency service provider, and no home warranty company is. So with that being said, make sure that to let your clients know that we're not like a 24-hour service. If your plumbing goes bad, or your microwave's not working, or any of your appliances, there's a protocol and there's a process that needs to be taken place, just like any other warranty that you may have on your phone, on the car, any type of maintenance that you need. Warranty that you need to have a process, and it's a 24 to 48 hour. What we are prideful in saying in our company is that we're not able to do reimbursements and you guys go out and do your technician, call your own technician, but we will work with you. If we know that our technicians are not available for you within the next day, we will try to make sure that you guys are able to go get your technician, but diagnosing the problem and making us aware of what it is, then we can do the reimbursement process.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
How would you say agents can collaborate with you to make things run smoother?
They can call me anytime. It's my mission and my job to connect with the agents and TCs and escrows. I visit tons of offices all day. So just like you guys, lenders, brokers, agents, you're going out there trying to get your clients, I'm doing the same. It's about education, connecting, letting them know, hey, we have a Spanish report. If you don't ever try to translate the NHD report. Right. We have a team that if you don't know what it means, hey, we have it in Spanish and we have it in Chinese. We are the only NHD that provides that. We're working on other languages as we speak. Again, I'm going to keep reiterating our attorney. If the client doesn't understand, probably half of you don't know. Are you in a liquefaction zone? I was in a fire zone. I'm not in a fire zone now. The floods changed. So the biggest thing I can say and shout it to the world, we process our reports in-house. So we don't use a third-party vendor. Our stuff is not outdated. And we will bat for you and speak to your clients if you have any questions.
Anna, how do they determine the cost of fire insurance?
The cost of fire insurance. So it's the reconstruction of the property. So it's like if you go shopping, whatever you put in a basket. So if the price of insurance has gone up so much because of everything's gone up. So the price of lumber, the price of copper, the price of electronics. So everything has gone up. I don't know, 4 years ago, it would take about $150, $180 to reconstruct a home per square footage to pay a contractor. This year, it's probably about $300 a square foot. So everything has doubled. So that's why the insurance is much higher. Dwelling amounts are much higher now. And so it's just that location, if it's in a fire zone, what type of security services you have in your home. Do you have an alarm? Is it connected? Is it monitored by the company? Do you have a water system in your house?
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot.
Yeah, how far a fire hydrant is probably
How
even.
many claims if you have, and also like when you put in the property address in and the name of the person, then birthday, so that it's so compiled information about everything. So they look at consumer reports. They look at everything. We don't run credit reports, but a little bit of everything, data, it's compiled to give you that price.
So what would be the most information they can give you, or the best information they can give you in order for them to get the best price?
I feel that for me, luckily I do have experience talking to clients. I always put my clients at peace. But I feel with an agent, if you have built that relationship with an agent, that you're not scared of that. If I get on the phone, I'm not gonna jeopardize your transaction. So I'm not gonna scare your client away, because in a way, we do need to talk to the clients, especially in units. Which unit are you gonna live in? Which one should be a landlord? Which one are you gonna be owner occupied? If there is a loss and they have the wrong occupancy, that claim might not be covered. So a lot of people don't take the time to really figure out, okay, you're gonna live it, or they want to just close that transaction and like, oh, we don't know yet where they're gonna live. Well, we do need to know. And so it's a lot of little things that could mean a lot. And it is
The same applies to you as far as information you need. And
So for us, or for me and myself, I actually would ask the agents or clients to allow me to speak to their clients, because in that case, I will make you a hero. And that way you guys can maintain yourself and your expertise in being, whatever that you may do as a realtor, as an escrow officer, as a transaction coordinator. But in my case, if I'm explaining to the buyer or to the client exactly what the coverages are and what's covered and what's not, I'm able to, answer all their questions, and they don't feel like they're obligated to go back to their agent and say, hey, you know what, this thing is not working for me. I can be that go-to person for
And
them.
that is the best part about having a team and your own team, because you can delegate to the professional in their field, and we don't have to know everything. We just have to know who to call. So do you have any information that you feel they need to know that maybe you don't get an opportunity to share all the time, right? She's telling everybody, like, I'm gonna come to your office and have a class. You need it, and we do, we always do. So any information that you feel they need to know or should know?
I mean, for me, I would say, just educating your client to let them know, and it is true what you said, to delegate. Let them know that there is a professional out there like ourselves, that we are willing to help them out and understand the product more. And for us, I just wanted to share, we do have for this year, 2024, an acronym, which is PEACH. And PEACH stands for plumbing, electricity, appliance, cooling, and heating. So that's pretty much a key feature for you guys when you guys are talking to your clients when it comes to home warranty, and all I can say is just let us collaborate with you guys, and let us take a load off of you and explain to your clients. And that way we both can network, and we both can go and get more business the way we want, and make things happen.
Okay, Anna?
same thing. Yeah, let us share your clients with us. We're going to take good care of them. And also, for example, farmers, if they want, one of the companies that's still out there offering insurance policies. But I'm very grateful to farmers, because they not only opened other doors, other companies for us. So we still have policies that we could get you for vacant properties, for landlords outside of farmers. So we have other companies that they did open the door for us to keep insuring homes. So we have farmers, we have Bamboo, we have SafeSure, we have USLI. So we have a lot of companies that if we can't find a policy here, we'll figure it out. So we'll get you a policy.
Awesome.
And last but not least.
Oh.
Sorry, that's okay, sorry. Pretty much the same thing. Let us explain the NHD report to your client. Don't try to explain, don't try to translate. Again, we made the MAX report, which now we're on the drop-down menu on the RPA. That was created about 3 years ago. So again, it's in Spanish and in Chinese. If you have any questions, and I encourage agents, please order the report at the time of listing. Why? This way you can upload the disclosures to the MLS. When you receive an offer, they've already been signed. So less likelihood for them to cancel. Why? Because, oh, well, what does this mean? What is it? Don't wait till escrow opens or it's almost ready to close, and then you order the NHD report. We know it's a lot of mumbo jumbo. Even I don't understand. I'm 2 years going on 3 within the business, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a lot. But my job is to, again, lunch and learns, and we have a team to explain to everyone. Yeah.
I have a question regarding the NHD. Only because you're so passionate about it. Why? So and I'm a realtor, because you said most realtors don't know what an NHD is. So I know what it stands for. So what is an NHD, and why do we need to have it by law? And if so, why don't the lenders approve that as well? Approve the report?
Yeah, ask the first question. What is it? Natural hazard disclosure. Yeah. So anything.
No,
yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't know why it's by law. Yeah.
It's required by law. So if you are, let's say you are a potential buyer, I mean, wouldn't you want to know what's surrounding the property? Oh, okay.
Why it's required by law, like what's in that report?
Soil, right?
Yeah.
Got soil report.
Soil,
You're the
yeah.
experts, I'm asking.
Yeah. So,
Please.
yeah, so required by law. So again, so she
Yeah.
said expensive soils. Are you in a high fire zone? Am I in a flood zone? There's a property earthquake. There could be a property line which states on the map that you're not in a flood zone. However, property ID discloses within 300 feet if you are in a flood zone. So that can even potentially discourage any type of building on a property. So if you get, again, an incomplete report from another company, and it's not, when people hear me say that, it's not to badmouth that other company or anything, it's just a fact. When we have the lunch and learns, the attorney shows the comparison reports to XYZ companies and XYZ companies, and they're all missing disclosures, okay? Or they're incorrectly put. So you as an agent, it's a potential lawsuit. The client can come back and sue you saying, you didn't tell me that I'm living in a flood zone or fire zone or anything like that. So it trickles all the way down.
Because of insurance as well. It can hinder them.
Yeah,
So at that point, the lenders are not required to review that report?
they are. Yeah. So when when agents, and we understand, again, agents, realtors, you're busy. So if you have a transaction coordinator, you can have them order. I have a lot of TCs or escrows that order from us directly. We have Sammy, which has been with the company. She's a customer service VP. You can actually chat with her online.
Okay, guys, if you have any other questions, feel free to hit
I
them
have
up.
my card.
Yeah. And she'll go to your office. Thank you, ladies, so much for today. We'll give it back to Sonia so we can get on with the show. Thank you very much. I know everything is like a 30 minutes thing, and since we have a beautiful networking in the beginning, we're behind. So this is our last break session. Let me see who is coming. As a seasonal real estate professional, he understands the buying or selling a home is more than just a transaction. It's life-changing experience. He provides exceptional personalized service for all his clients. He takes great pride in the relationship he builds and always works relentlessly on the client's behalf to help them achieve their real estate goals. His philosophy is simple: client first. As a team leader and proactive and like-minded individuals, he plays to be in constant communication with the clients, keeping them fully informed through the entire buying and selling process. He is a team leader for the Angulo Group and believes that if you are not left with an amazing experience, they have not done their job. He and his team do not measure success through achievements of awards, but through the satisfaction of their clients. Let's welcome Sergio Angulo. Sergio, please. At least I did well with this one. Because he sent me his bio. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So now let me introduce to the panel, the last panel of the day. Let me introduce to panelist Oscar Guerra. He is the branch manager of Long Beach Icon Lending, the lender with the gray hair. Hey, ladies, if you need something about the hair, ask to. I have that in my hair already. My hair, I lose a lot of hair after COVID because I got COVID, and I use that shampoo, and my hair changed. So it's real. I was thinking there was a joke, but it's real.
Maybe I need some.
Oh yeah, you need to. Yeah, start growing. My sister has growing hair. Everybody has in my family now.
Wait, is this a
So it's good.
conference or is it?
I know, kind. It's a lender conference. And next panelist, our dear friend Alfonso Osorio. He's a branch manager of Orange Branch. And the last and not least, our young law officer. I call young because I'm 65. So the young is Sean Rojas. He is the loan officer originator and the team of Kim Kessler. So let me give you a microphone to each of you. You have yours. And take over.
Test.
Thank you guys everyone for having me and this amazing panel here today. I'm super excited, and thank you to Sonia and iCore Lending for putting this amazing event together. I'm a real estate agent with Century 21 Realty Masters. I've been in the business since 2019, so 4 years, and top producer. So let's get this started here. We have the amazing Oscar Guerra, Sean Rojas, and Alfonso Osorio, all with iCore Lending, amazing lenders. So let's let's go ahead and introduce each one of you guys. Keep it under 1 minute. Just a quick intro for everybody.
Okay, I'll start off. So my name is Oscar Guerra. They also refer to me as lender with the good hair. And I've been in the business over 2 decades. And I'm currently a branch manager at Long Beach. And 2023 was pretty crazy, but we're rebounding here. Thanks for everyone to come.
All right. Well, thank you. First of all, thank you everyone for coming. As everybody knows, I'm a very high energy. My name is Alfonso Osorio. And I'm the branch manager for Orange County, the #1 branch there is. Not kidding. I had to throw that out there. Yeah, competition. No, just kidding. Yes, I've been in the business for the last 23 years. I started when I was 2. I did my first application at 3. That's kidding. No, but definitely been in the business 23 years, rode the wave. I love this time, guys. This is like the perfect time. I love hearing, well, I don't love hearing this. Okay, don't get this wrong. People getting out of the business, that needs more business for me, right? So, and I'm gonna go get it. Believe me, I'm a go-getter. So that's who I am. I don't have the gray hair, but I do have a full head of hair. Right? So that's me, Alfonso. No, pun intended.
I'm the moderator. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
My name is Sean Rojas. I've been in the business for the last 5 years, licensed for 3 years now. I work out of the new Commerce branch with Rick over there. Everybody knows Rick.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody at iCore that made this possible. Thank you everybody for coming. And yeah, let's get this started.
Very cool. Very cool. So let's go ahead and start off with Alfonso. What specific role does a loan officer play in a real estate transaction, and how do they collaborate with real estate agents to make transactions successful?
And I'm looking for my answers, you see. I'm prepared, right? And I just looked at it. Us as loan officers are I'd say the pivot. We are the most important thing because we're the ones that have to, we get blamed at the table, right? So since we get blamed for everything, we have to make sure that escrow, title, appraisal, everyone is on track, right? We are the ones that keep the show running. Without us, I think that, yeah, a lot of the things would not get done, right? Because that's what our role really is, besides of being the dream makers, right? And helping people achieve the generational wealth, right? And sustainable home ownership.
Very cool, very cool.
You're welcome.
Oscar, what do you think?
So which question was that again?
Yeah, so what role does a loan officer play in a real estate transaction?
Well, it's a huge role. I've seen so many scenarios where people get into escrow and then they come back and say that the lender denied the file. I'm sure escrow gets it right. And at the 5th hour, 11th hour, it has to record and it's fallen to pieces. So I think the lender plays a very, very detrimental role in the real estate transaction, because you want to make sure you're getting qualified buyers. And if not, then you're playing with people's money. And I don't know about anyone here, but I don't like anyone playing with my money, right? So it's huge. The way you started off is the way it's going to finish.
They hit all the marks. A loan officer is very important because we're the beginning, middle, and end steps in the transaction. Without us, we need to make sure that the client is thoroughly pre-qualified, so that we're not wasting, as I said, we're not playing with anybody's money. We're not wasting the realtor's time, we're not wasting the client's time, and we're not wasting the seller's time. So we make sure everyone is thoroughly qualified, and then during the approval process, the escrow process, we're the main point of communication between everybody, between the borrowers and the lenders, between the realtors and the clients. We make sure that everything is going as smooth as possible, and communicating with our realtors thoroughly to make sure that we're getting the documents needed to hit the milestones that we need to hit.
Very cool, very cool. Let's jump on to our next question here. So Oscar, let's start off with you. Can you give us a specific story in your career where your expertise made a transaction successful? One that kind of has an impact to your clients.
So we had recently one transaction where the client is self-employed, and we know that a lot of people that are self-employed, they don't report their income, right? So we had a particular scenario where when we were actually sitting in the process reviewing the documents, the customer doesn't want to show us what documents they have, and they're kind of like, I don't want you to look at this and look at that. But in the corner of my eye, I saw like a Morgan Stanley, right? So then I said, okay, well, if it's a Morgan Stanley, he probably has money in there. So we ended up doing an asset depletion. So we set that up, doing the asset depletion, we were able to qualify for the loan. Another lender was offering a non-QM loan, 24-month bank statement, and giving him a high rate. And we blew it out of the waters. He's overqualified, actually.
Nice. Yeah, very cool. I'll let you,
Well, the most, yeah, I've gotten some Tuesday ones. But the one that I can remember right now was in the middle of escrow, they changed employers. Right. So actually she quit, right? I was like, oh, you quit. Right? So we did a verification of employment, and it's so funny because my assistant calls me. She's like panicking. Oh my God, she quit her job. I'm like, what? So yeah, I called her and she's like, oh yeah, I quit because I'm gonna find something better. I'm like, really? We're like in escrow, right? Like I told you not to do this. Thank God I did have to pivot at that point. And I mean, and yes, I had to go the non-QM route, but the dad that thought he couldn't because he was doing it because of the kids. With the kids, we actually ended up doing it with bank statements, and it was a doozy, but we did it, and I 10 loan. So I turned it around really fast, and we got behind like maybe 4 days. So that's a win for me, believe me, because I was panicking when that happened. But that's my biggest one that I can remember right now.
they're just getting creative.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm very creative without breaking anything. And a lot of the realtors that use me, they know that. I think they abuse that too, because they're like, "Oh, Alfonso will do it here," right? And if anybody can, Alfonso can, right? And so I'm very imaginative, again, without breaking nothing at all, right? I love myself, I love my family, and yeah, I won't put anyone in danger. So,
The story that you had where your expertise really made it happen and got a transaction to success.
Yeah, one of my greatest recent success stories, I was helping a buddy of mine with an open house for a rental property, actually. So I was helping him finding a tenant, and this woman came by with her family and said, we're interested in that property. And they were complaining about the rents. So then with further questioning, we basically got to the point where it's like, okay, why haven't you bought yet? She had the money, she made the money, her whole family had great money. So I was like, why don't you become a homeowner instead of renting? And other lenders gave her that lack of confidence to where she couldn't buy. So with our creative financing, she could not go conventional route, but we were able to get her to where half her because half her income was W-2, the other half was cash. So with the non-QM route, we're able to get her into escrow and essentially become a homeowner.
Wow, very cool. Making it happen, right? Yeah, great. I like it. In today's competitive market, right? We all know a lot of people are leaving the business, including a lot of loan officers, right? Moving on to other things, but you guys are still here and making it happen, right? What are some of the skills that you feel that you have that set you apart from the competition in this insane market that we have from 2024 now?
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah.
Do you want to go?
Let's go. Start off with that one.
Okay, there you go.
Pick on me? Yeah, sure. So one of the strengths that I always tell agents, I don't believe in good or bad news. I just believe in facts, and let's get it done, right? I work here with a few of you, especially with Seal, and believe me, working with Seal, you better have your facts ready, right? So you have to, you just have to communicate. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. We'll get through it. but don't be afraid. That's what I've seen a lot of people, a lot of new loan officers, even me, it happened to me that, oh my God, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? Because, oh my God, the world is falling. No, it's not. Just talk it out, to get it done, and bring at least one solution to the table, right? Just at least one, because I'll bet you that realtor has gone through this before, and they will tell you, hey, by the way, last time I think I did this, and that brings you ideas, and then you just get it done. So, yeah.
What about you, Sean? Some skills that you have that, you know, set you apart from the rest of the competition?
I would say it's personalization and availability. When it comes to this type of market, people tend to work with loan originators like us because we bring that to the table. We're not a big name bank where we're only available Monday through Friday, and we don't get to the sellers or the realtors in time. We're always available to whoever has a question, whether it be the client, seller, or the realtor. And we're giving them information as times change, especially in a volatile market like this. You know, we had a rate drop recently where it was very dramatic. So being able to communicate to our realtors to jump on the opportunity is very important to set us apart in this market.
Very nice, very nice. I'm gonna change it up a little bit here. Oscar, let's jump on to the next question. What are some emerging technologies that you see in the real estate industry, specifically in lending, that you feel loan officers can utilize right now to make it happen?
I would say 100% right here. You see the mobile app. I think that one's there. The mobile app has been working tremendously because our business partners, our real estate agents, they basically say, hey, I have this lender. Here is his mobile app. It's a secure website. All you got to do is upload it on there, and it feeds into our LOS, or loan origination software. So I'm a little old school, and I like to take handwritten applications still. But I see that it works tremendously doing that, because especially nowadays with all the hacks, you know, with like title company and stuff like that, people feel very much secure uploading onto a secure website.
Very nice, very nice. What about you, Sean? Some emerging technologies that you feel like real estate agents can use, loan officers, either in marketing, transaction side. What's something that you see that's kind of emerging out there?
Well, the most important one was, as you said, the app. You know, come work with iCor so you could get the top technology here. But a good CRM is very important, a good client relationship management tool, because it helps you stay on top of your clients, and it helps you stay on top of communicating with your realtors, with the reminders and the note-taking abilities that you can set with these technologies, so that it sets you apart from other agents in this industry.
Very nice, very nice. I agree 100%. Systems, technology, super important, right? In our business, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, Alfonso, some government programs that you see that, you know, kind of are being used right now in the industry that can help real estate agents and their clients. Do you have any?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of those. I'm actually I'm the one that does the most down payment assistance. I guess I like them. They're easy, you know, they're not hard. That's one of the things. But of course, there's your college FAs. We also, by the way, have one called Max One. I've closed it. I've closed 2 or 3 loans on that one. It's a very good loan because it's actually up to 2 units. So you could do 2 units and still get 3.5% down, right? So it helps the buyer. We also, you know, again, College FAs, the GSFA, Chenoa, we have all of those. I mean, and we're all constantly looking for programs. I mean, right now for ITIN, there's no ITIN programs that, you know, down payment assistance, but you know, we even looked into like the ITIN 3.5% down, which isn't a great program, I'll be honest with you, but it'll get them into a home, which that's the most important thing, right? You know.
An example of maybe a client that you've had that you've used this program with, and can you tell us how that really helped them in reaching their goal of homeownership?
Oh yeah, well the last Max One that I did was last year. Lady, Lord. Anyway, realtor told her that, oh, you can come in with like $3,000. I don't know why, but you know, because he had given her some closing fees, you know, gotten closing fees. But you know, typically on these down payment assistance, they're a little bit more expensive, guys, because we don't get paid as a company. We have to charge up front, and I'm not afraid of telling people how much I make. It's okay, right? Just like when you guys do your presentations, you have to let them know, right? That's it. It's okay. And you know, after everything that all the numbers I did and everything, first estimate I gave her was like $5,000 she had to come in with, and she was like, ah. And at the end of it all, she actually did come in with like about $3,500. Yeah, $3,500. So she was like, yeah, and she
$500 and she bought a house.
and she bought a house. And wait, it was a house for $590 at the time in Corona. So imagine 3,500. That's even less than what you would rent. They would ask you for the first last month and deposit, right? So
Yeah, amazing.
yeah, and she was still complaining.
I love those clients.
I love it.
What about you, Oscar? What's like a complex loan scenario that you've kind of gone through with a client, and how do you feel that kind of going through that scenario with them, and how did you explain it to them? How did that work with you and your agent partner, right, the real estate agent, and kind of making everybody be on the same page? Do you have maybe a story that you can share?
So I actually have one where it was a condominium. The HUD approval had already expired, and every lender is notorious to say, "Oh, we'll get a spot approval. We'll get a spot approval, no problem." The issue is that on this one, the FHA concentration was over 10%, and if you're getting a spot approval, it will not approve it. Now, if you actually do get a full-on HUD approval, you reapprove the entire thing, you can go up to 15%. So in our particular scenario, Daryl's over there. Hopefully he's here, but he got that condo approved in 2 weeks.
Wow.
So from start to finish. Now the listing agent is actually wrote to that and said, "Hey, you know what? You need to switch the loan. Oscar's going to make it happen." So now she ended up getting a few listings within that complex because now it's available with FHA. So it was pretty cool that we were able to do it.
Talk about bringing value, right? That's amazing. Very cool. What about you, Sean? Yeah, let's go. That's hard. What about you, Sean? A complex scenario that you've kind of gone through with a client in a transaction that you feel like you made it happen. You brought your skills to the table.
It's kind of hard to follow up with that one. That one was pretty complex scenario, but definitely something that always was on the back of my mind was when a family approached me. They were having issues with another family member because their house was in a trust, and they were afraid to lose the property because sister B wanted to sell the house and sister A wanted to keep the house because she was living there. So with our creative financial solutions, we're able to approve her and they were able to keep the house.
Amazing. Just made it happen, right? They had a hard situation and you came in. That's very good. Very good. Can any of you share a factor or what should an agent, actually reframe the question, what should an agent consider when choosing a loan officer to partner up with?
The most important thing, like I said, is communication, but you won't know that until you work with them. But I'd say Google them. Google me, you'll see me there.
What are we gonna Google?
Well, I don't know. You might see the wild parties. I'm just kidding. No, but that's very important, and that's something that I learned from Lisa. She's somewhere around here. But I learned that, stay up with your Instagram, stay up with your LinkedIn, stay up with all of that, guys, because people Google you. I sat down the other day with a client and they wanted to meet Ray Fernandez. We were there and they're like, "Oh, I looked you up and I saw who you are. I like you." And then I'm like, "Oh, okay, good." And then she looks at me, "Oh, I looked you up too." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then I pass it. She's like, "Yes, you did. That's why I'm here." And I'm like, "Okay, there you go." So it's very important. Yeah.
Very good. Same question? Yeah, same question.
So I would say, so lately I've been going onto social media a lot more, and for the younger crowd, right? I applaud them because a lot of the content that they're putting on social media, it goes viral, and they have the algorithms pretty much dialed in. They get a music that's trending and they put it on their posts, and all of a sudden Instagram or Facebook or whatever is actually pushing it. So kudos to the younger generation, because now I guess for us we've been in business too long. We feel they're not pushing us out, but they're making us having to stay on top of it. So number one, I would say look for them on social media platform, right? It's not just about, I guess, what do you eat, what do you drink, or whatever the case is. So some good content, right? And I think doing initial interviews with lenders, and then really getting a feel, what is it that you normally do per transaction, per buyer? That in our case, we qualify buyers, but what is it that we're actually doing? Are we really truly pre-qualifying? What is the follow-up system that we do in the transaction and then post? One of the things too is that we try to get additional leads from the transactions that we actually close. So that's one of the things that we try to do all the time, and we get them. At least I get them from social media because I see all the content that we're pushing out as well.
Nice. Thank you for sharing. Sean, question for you. What are some specific materials or resources that a loan officer like yourself can provide a real estate agent to enhance their business and make them successful this year?
I think something that's helped me out a lot in these recent years are collaborating on CRMs, right? So, for example, I'll do open house for a couple weekends with the realtor, and we'll get tons of leads. And it's important for the realtor to feel that the loan officer is reliable, is consistent, and is on top of the work. And also that they're not lying, right? They're not setting leads with other people. They're not doing anything shady. So these collaborating CRMs are really important because it showcases all your skills. It shows your follow-up skills, your converting skills, and the trustworthiness you have with each other. So I think that's one of the main things that a loan officer should provide to their realtors.
Collaborating CRM. Anything that you could share, some resource that a loan officer can give a real estate professional to make them successful?
What'd you do?
So resources I would say is I'm talking about myself, right? Is really just pushing out to their existing database. So sometimes some real estate agents are like, I don't know what to send out, what piece to send out to my existing database. If you do have content, do you have anything that you can send about, like, what are the rates doing right now? Whatever the case is, where you can help them push out. I think one of the things I started doing too was I made my I got another Instagram and I made that public because I noticed and if you have lenders, business partners that you're working with, and their accounts are private, you can't share their information too. So it's good to make sure that they're having a public, so like that whatever content you're pushing out, they're able to share to their existing database and clients.
Very cool. Very cool. Alfonso, what are you providing us realtors that could take our business to the next level?
Hey, I put money in your pocket. No, how I do that, right? No. How I do it, I'm talking personally, is, and this I tell my team, don't you ever go to a realtor and say, hey, let me pre-approve someone for you. If not, go to them and say, hey, let's work on leads together. Hey, let's do something together, right? Because don't be a vampire. That's what I call them. Don't be a vampire. I don't like that. I will go to offices, and a lot of people here know me, even JJ, because I always, in the huddles, I would always say it like, hey, anybody has a listing, please let me use it. I will advertise it for you. Right? Why? Because I'm getting leads and you're getting leads, and then we work together and we work those leads together. And that's what I mean, putting money in your pocket, right? Because hey, if I try to get you as many leads as I can, that's what I'll do, right? And also working with them, like, just like he said, very important, CRM. I don't care what it is if you have an Excel sheet, but use it, right? And follow up. I like Lion's Nest because it's so simple. I know I have another agent I use Follow Up Boss with, and it's really cool. Yeah, no, it's cool because I get he sends me the lead, I send him a lead and whatever like this and that. But I really do like Lion's Nest because you can also put it there and it's a lot.
I like it.
Finishing
I like
there.
it. Yeah. Very cool. Last question. Yeah. And then we could all go back to networking and start making some money, right? And to eat, maybe. So last question. Let's make it impactful, you guys. Sean, let's start off with you. How does your service stand out above all the other loan officers out there, right? There's a lot of them. How does your service stand out?
I'm not married, no kids, so I'm always available. But
recording, be careful, Facebook.
Yeah, we're recording.
Can be here.
Oh, wait a minute.
But no, I think that's really important because I have realtors that I work with who will contact me at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock p.m., even later times. We're like, hey, I need an update on this client, or I need a DU on this client, this and that. So I don't have to worry about, changing diapers or whatever the case is. So I'm always on it. Yeah, I'm all in. Yeah, all in.
That's great.
And then,
Alfonso, what is how does your service stand out?
Well,
You're
can I work now? Yeah, work.
You're very unique. You're outspoken.
Oh, yes.
How does your service stand out?
So, I mean, how I stand out to my agents is definitely communicating with them. A good yes is as good as a no to me. I'm gonna tell you quick. The quicker, the better. Because I believe in not wasting nobody's time, especially mine, right? Because it's valuable. Not money is the most valuable thing on earth. It's your time, so.
You also took my call last night at 7:45.
Oh, of course, mama. So that's a little joke.
Are you married?
I am married, but my youngest is like 24. So I'm good with that. But I don't work half days, man. My days are full. Sometimes I leave the office at 9, and that's what it is. I mean, my wife understands it because that's how we get the good toys and get to go to trips and get to do this and get to do that. And if I have to work 7 days, that's what I gotta do. But then, hey, when I'm off, I'm off. But I still answer in TJ. That is true. She's right. She's right. No, hey, this is last, what was it? The other night, someone called me at 12 o'clock. I'm like, what the fuck? Who's this? Right? It was an agent, right? And I'm like, he butt dialed me, or did he really want something? So I texted him, and he got surprised, like, hey, dude, did you butt dial? What's up? And he's like, no, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I said, okay, thank you. Bye. Like, okay. But yeah, no, because I'm what am I else doing? I'm only sleeping. Yeah, I am.
Oscar, we're gonna do it with you here. So tell us, how does your service stand out from everybody else, including these fine gentlemen here?
So number one, I would say is being honest. If you're gonna have taken a client, be honest. If you can make the deal work. If you can't, first of all, before saying no, find the alternatives. What are the alternatives that I can possibly seek? As to just because I just picture myself like if I'm the customer, how would I like to be spoken to, right? If I'm gonna go apply, they say no, you can't get approved. Well, I'll feel really bad, but let's dig a little bit more deeper. If I can't get approved, well, tell me, what can we do? Can we get on a plan where if I have to get on someone's credit card as an authorized user, or potentially, I don't know, pay down debt, whatever, remove a collection, let's make the process to where you can actually be credit worthy to actually purchase. So I think I do have a lot of patience. There's extremely a lot of patience, and I think that's what makes me stand out more, is being truthful. And the other thing is that when you have to deliver the bad news for whatever reason, right? Like if they switch employers or whatever the case is, you have to deliver that real quick to everyone in the transactions, the escrow companies. Everyone needs to know it. I don't know if you want to tell the listing agents like that quick, but you want to get a solution sooner than later and then talk to the listing agent, right? But yeah, I deliver the bad news as well, like as quick as. In some cases, like if the overtime, let's just say if the overtime will cease, but we can no longer use the income, that overtime to qualify. So things like that. Just what's the alternative to that?
Communicating and being honest. I like it. Very cool. Anyone in the audience, do we have any questions for these amazing panelists? Any questions?
I would say something.
Yes.
Why you choose Icon Lending?
Oh,
wow. It's a marketing for me. Why you choose Icon Lending? What's the each of you one?
So the reason why I chose Icon Lending is because of that lady over there in the back, Yessie Oloa. Yessie, I told you, I did not know Yessie at all, but I think through one of our business partners, she said, Yessie was like, I always hear about Oscar, and Oscar's taking my realtors from me, and he's closing these deals. Like, I gotta meet this guy. And actually, Sonia did also introduce me to Yessie. We had a conversation, and I think that by far she is one of the best in the business, and I think that she really has her heart to the company. and to the ones that are actually on the forefront, working the front lines.
Wow.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Definitely Jesse, right? But I also have to thank Sonia because she bended my arm. She better come over here. Just kidding. But no, the reason and most, I did meet Jessie. Jessie's an awesome person, guys. If you haven't met her, she's in the back. Definitely say hi to her. But it's the culture, guys. Like here, I can talk to the underwriter. I can talk to anyone, and things will get done. Like earlier, I just talked to Tanya. I'm like, Tanya, I need disclosures like fast. And then I talked to David. David, I'm opening your title. Open up. And he's like, yeah, okay, send it to me. And I did, and it's open, and it's going out, right? So those are the little things that in other companies you can't really do. That I mean, it's priceless, guys. Really, it is.
Jesse, why don't you come and introduce
Yes,
yourself?
come over here. Come over here,
I
Jesse.
want to know who you are.
Now we all want to know who you are, Jesse. And you're looking great, by the way.
So before Jesse takes the mic, I do want to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Christian did say that my ears were covered and my hair was not able, I couldn't hear, but I just want to state for the record, Vinny's not here anymore. I don't know if he still is, but Vinny was out there when Christian was actually, I love the hair. He had me do a full 360, touching my hair. And they grabbed my hair from the back like that. So
Make sure that
he liked it.
Well, maybe asking first
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
yourself.
Why
Go
did
ahead.
you pick Icon?
Why you pick Icon?
My manager made me come.
Because you're looking.
No, I knew coming here for the first time that this was going to be a great transition. Like they mentioned, the culture here is amazing. The people who work here make our loans feel like a piece of cake. So, thank you to everybody here at iCorp who makes this possible. And then we get this lovely workspace where we can host these amazing events. And I live nearby. I believe all our offices are nearby. So if we ever need to come and bug people personally, we're able to come here. Yeah, and the doors are always open, so I always feel welcome. So we really appreciate the environment.
Thank you, guys. I didn't pay you guys for that, huh?
No.
That came from the heart. Thank you, guys. First of all, I want to thank everyone. I know that, it's already a few hours that you guys are being here. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate you taking the time to come. Sonia, you're amazing. Your events are always amazing. Thank you. I know a lot of people love you. And I think that this is value that we bring to our realtor partners. And I really, really appreciate that from you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. That's very, very nice. And yes, when you guys were saying about the culture, that is my goal. I always want to have a good, great culture for everyone in the company. And my goal is for everyone to grow, not just me as a company or everyone in the company that works for the company. I love to see people grow. So, and I thank everyone. And this event is for you guys, so I'm not going to take a lot of your time. Thank you, Sonia.
Yes, can I just say one thing? When I just finished hiring a loan officer and her mom passed away before December, right? And she still said, okay, I want to meet with you the following week. So then I put a post and then I tagged Jessie, and Jessie said some kind words, and she said, hey, Oscar, you know what? I get this good vibe from her, but Jessie had already told me, invite her to lunch. I want to personally take her out to lunch. She's a single mom. She has 4 kids, and just like, I think it's life-changing that you can make an impact on someone. It comes from the top, because if the top is like dangling on one foot, it's going to crumble, right? So I think with your leadership that you have for the company, and just the fact that you even said, I'll make myself available to go have lunch and just to be someone, a light or encouragement, she felt amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, no, she has a very sad story. Very sad story, with her mom. She had a plan and her mom passed. So it was very sad. It was me, Alexis, and Adriana crying in our office because of her story. So it breaks my heart, and whatever I can do to help someone, of course, I'm going to be there. But thank you, guys. Thank you so much for being here today. And I really appreciate it all.